it's so funny because we sound fucking crisp as hell, baby.
Crispy.
I need a mic or something. I know.
Oh yeah, you need these. What are these called, Chef?
A Yeti mic.
Yeah,
Yeti.
Blue Yeti. They're like sold out everywhere. It's like the two things you can't buy are home fitness equipment and
podcast
home
mics.
Content creating.
The incels are rising.
Yeah. Cold open.
This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Before we get into 3 hours of TikTok and trash men in tech looking at your fucking ass, Mark Zuckerberg, got to keep the lights on. Lorenz, hit us with that ad read off the dome piece.
You already know what the fuck going on. It's week 2 of Grailed being the presenting sponsor of the only podcast that matters. And with that comes an absolutely juiced and refreshed, handpicked artisanal collection from the goddamn motherfucking boys. 100 new Johns, one fucking John for every motherfucking geck. You already know what the fuck going on. Tap in, link in bio. Link in stories, link on Twitter, link in the fucking show notes description right now. The reception, I mean, you read the comments or you didn't read the comments? Because
I read the comments. There was,
looking good.
Typical Larry bootlickers in there. And I kind of, all right, my strategy last week was like, let me just put like the brands in there that I've been recently copying off Grailed and that I currently fuck with, and that I always find gems on off Grailed, and like threw some in there. This week, threw in some vintage. You know, I know that you're a Gorp poser. The real Gorp god, as everyone knows, is me, Horny Jimmy. So I threw in some fucking hard to find Japanese Gorp Johns in there.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And like crazy pricing too, because I realized that, I don't know.
Yeah.
You gotta have different, tiers of pricing, but I don't know.
Right.
Get the fuck in there. The score at last count was 10-5 Lawrence, because you threw in a bunch of like $15 t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm a man of the people, dog.
When you tally up dollar amount, I might be leading, but you're right. No, it's about diversity.
Yeah, we hear you about sizing. We hear you about prices. We're going to try to keep it as diverse as we possibly can, while still keeping the taste level impossibly high. And yeah,
Synergy
listen,
levels are over 9,000.
I'm reading all the fucking comments, and if you want to get spicy, bitch, don't forget I am an admin on Grailed still, and I will ban your fucking ass. So you already know what the fuck going on. Comment, share, cop, run it the fuck up. Shit is moving, so don't sleep.
Show us what you cop from the collection. We'll retweet you for, that's free clout. That's a clout discount on the Grailed price, right? So like just automatically just chop 25% off the price in your mind's eye, because you're gonna make that up in clout. Trust me.
We're getting paid. And you're getting Johns, but there's also enough clout to go around. So shout us out on socials. We'll retweet you. Everybody wins. Grailed.com. A better way to cop, bitch.
Throw gang, we are joined by the queen of clout, your favorite Zoomer's favorite boomer, the titan of TikTok, the imam of influencers, her majesty of hype, the inside man of the internet, the journalist Paul Krugman turns to her when he can't get his phone to turn on, the Gen Z general, New York Times technology reporter, Taylor Lorenz.
Welcome.
Hey, Taylor.
Thanks for having me.
That was a good intro, right? I don't know if you were expecting that, but that's
incredible.
what we do for our guests.
That can be your new byline. Because right now it just says like technology reporter, formerly of the Atlantic and Daily Beast, blah, blah, blah. But if you want your favorite Zoomer's favorite boomer, that's yours.
That's a good one, dude.
That's genius.
That's what I do.
I mean, we are, listen, as someone who is very familiar with genius content creators, you can recognize what's happening here. Taylor, the first thing that we want to do, and I know you say that you're a fan of the show, which is very nice of you to say, because James and I have very thin skin.
And you're and you're also a very good liar.
You're a great liar. But the first thing that we do, because I guess technically this is a fashion podcast, we want to do a fit check. Where
I knew you guys were going to do this.
Well, yeah, we have to. So the question
is that why you were running a little late? Because
you were getting a fit off?
The fit right?
Yeah.
I actually was going to change my fit and I didn't have time because I just was running around, but I did stop and check the label of this old
so you know
t-shirt.
What the T is? Yeah. Listen, I think it's better that you don't pander to us in the Throw Gang, because we want you, listen, this is the most transparent pod in the world. We are all about honesty, and the choice is yours, whether you want to start top down or bottom up with your outfit. So I'll leave that to you.
I was told to start bottom up by someone recently.
Hell yeah. That someone gave you very good intel. If you went top down, you would be a police officer.
So yeah, I've got metallic Birkenstocks.
Ooh.
What style?
Yeah, what model?
They're like the thong, just the middle of your toes, kind of.
Is that because most Birkenstocks are a unisex style, but I think what you have is like, I've never seen a guy wearing them, and that would be the next, like, we love Birkenstocks in this podcast. We're very pro Birk. I want to see a guy wear the thong version and really kind of push the envelope.
Put your toes
like
hang.
a nice, like a black too, something neutral.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they're great. Birkenstocks are basically all I wear at this point because I don't have to go to work and they're really comfortable.
Do you have in-the-house Birks and out-of-home Birks? Because that's how they do it in Germany. And it's actually strange how they do it in Deutschland. They do Boston's are the house Birks and Arizona's are the out-of-home Birks, which is like crazy that you would want the open-toed ones outside and not inside to me. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the others are like more like slippery, kind of like
maybe.
slippers.
You feel like who
knows what they're doing over there? They got COVID going crazy over there, you know?
Yeah.
I have 7 pairs of Birkenstocks and I literally just ordered a new one too.
New high score. That's 7 Birks right now in rotation that you wear actively.
Yes.
Different models?
Similar ones. I have like the classic Arizona, and then I have the kind with like the middle strap, and then I have this other one that I think was called like the Revel or something. It's like the kind of crisscross.
Those are no longer allowed in New York. The Revels.
The Revel, they've been banned.
I don't know what they're called, but it's like the strappy kind.
Have you ever hit up Birkenstock and been like, listen, I am popping on the internet and I can be a brand ambassador like Birk influencer. Please give me free pairs. Put me on flow.
That would, I get in trouble because I can't do that for brands.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's your cost to bear.
Cara Monica could be on every flow team, but isn't.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man! Well, listen.
That's why we don't work for the New York. That's why we don't pod for the New York Times. We could bring a lot to the Daily, but we want free shit. So
truly, that's the one thing stopping us from being on the New York Times podcast network is that we just love free Johns all day, every day. And then moving on,
tired, your fucking streetwear, your huddling masses. Sorry, moving on.
Moving up, I have some old Citizens of Humanity jeans that are cutoffs now.
Oh, the jorts.
Well, DIY?
Yeah.
What's the inseam? What's the inseam on your DIY jorts?
So the reason that I like these, I feel like I should be showing you them, but it's fine.
You're good.
The reason I like them is because they're longer than my other shorts. All my other shorts are like 3-inch or 4-inch inseam, like so short. And these are like kind of mid, like halfway to my knees. And they're
more comfortable that way, or?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just comfortable.
I mean, five or die. That's that's the throwing fits way.
Yeah, we want to end the inseam wars, and we think that we have been pushing the 5-inch inseam before it was cool on TikTok, but James and I now are kind of like dabbling in a little bit, easy, breezy, beautiful, a little bit longer, flowy situation.
Some flouncy shits.
Yeah,
so but we're also yes, we want to end the wars because we're pacifists, but we're also war profiteers. Yeah, and so the inseam wars have been a boon to our TikTok particularly.
Yeah, I saw Tony Lopez, one of the Hype House members, getting put on blast for having a really long inseam.
Wow,
he was
lame.
See it.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah,
okay.
The shorts were really long; they were kind of like past his kneecap.
When it comes to inseams, we are citizens of humanity, and we accept all lengths and sizes. And
I literally bought these. I bought these pants in like 20 when they were like jeans in like 2010. I think. I think this is like I've had
that's
these
sustainable
for a very long time.
Yeah, that's actually we could all learn something from you. We need to stop. This podcast needs to stop buying more shit, and we need to start kind of like freaking and DIYing what we already have.
Yeah. And then I've got a gray T-shirt that is. I thought I looked it up, and now I forgot. It's called already. People's Opinion or something.
Really interesting.
Wait, what is this called? I need to know.
People's Opinion. Is that like the New York Times op-ed board?
It's like literally called.
Is that shirt 100% Tom Cotton?
What is this called? I'm so sorry. Hold on, wait.
Oh, we got to flip. I love that.
It's called Public Opinion. I think it's like a Target brand. That sounds like, the stuff that they sell at like
Absolutely.
Yeah, public opinion. I got Citizens of Humanity shorts and public opinion t-shirt.
You're just a socialist dresser.
Yeah, your fit is virtue signaling like a little bit more than we would
get it. You're an ally. Okay.
Wait, I just Googled it. It's from Nordstrom Rack. It's like a Nordstrom Rack.
Whoa, that was so close. We thought you were actually wearing Target, but it's Nordstrom Rack. So.
Target.
Yeah. I just know. Yeah.
Any jewelry?
We're also any hardware?
Not anything, because as soon as I start typing, it gets annoying on my fingers, and I take it off and I put it directly next to me. So. No, it's quarantine fashion is literally, I'm a slob. I feel like.
Lawrence is wearing this bandana for 3 days straight.
No, well, come on, man. Don't put me on blast like that. So you are dressing differently actively in Quar than you would if you were like going to meet a homie for lunch.
Yeah. Or showing up for like a fashion podcast.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Thank you so much for
it is a visual art form. It is a visual art form and a sonic medium. And I'm going to ask you a question. We ask this to everyone. It's not just because you're a woman, so don't feel, la-di-da special or anything, but what are the panties?
Yeah.
What are the what? The panties?
Your underwear,
Yeah, I think it's just Gap. I think I'm just wearing Gap.
Yeezy?
No, not the Yeezy. Just like comfort, like Gap underwear. It's like funny, what I have.
It's funny that you say Gap underwear, because I'm trying to remember. I think that Nomi Fry, another journalistic superstar friend of the program, is also a fan of Gap underwear.
Gap underwear is so great. I literally started wearing Gap underwear in like middle school and have just never switched.
You love consistency across decades.
That's what I'm saying about. So I wear Hanes boxers and I get roasted every time it comes up. But like since middle school, it's just like go what you're comfortable with.
Go with what works.
Maybe it's what you become a man or a woman in, right? And that's just like what you're comfortable with, cradling your genitalia. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Who's to say?
Yeah, I feel like since quarantine started, like I packed up all of my like clothes and I just have not even opened the suitcase that all of them are in. I'm just wearing like, I don't know, t-shirts and.
Is there a favorite piece that you're like itching to break out of said luggage, or are you kind of like, you're like, whatever, I don't care?
I got this like crazy rainbow like maxi dress. It sounds hideous the way I'm describing it. It's very cool. And
I'll take your word for it.
I got it. And I was like, this dress is so cool. It's going to look great in like the Instagram photos. And it's, the quarantine hit like the next week. And
So you don't even have like a fit pic wearing the maxi dress.
I haven't worn it yet. And I'm like, should I just put it on and take a picture outside in it?
Yeah. You know what? Since you owe us a picture for promotion, maybe we debut the maxi dress. I don't know. It's up to you. I will never pretend to tell a woman how.
You guys are going to see this.
Your body, your choice.
So hideous. I'm taking the picture in it. This is the perfect excuse.
It is, right?
I bought this thing. I need to document.
Taylor, no matter
thousands of people are going to see it.
And no matter how bad you think you're doing when it comes to like quarantine, Johns and fashion, let me just assure you that you're doing better than Chuck here, who just put on pants for the first time of quarantine this past Saturday.
Yeah, it's a sign of respect to the guest.
22 weeks pantsless.
Yeah, it was a new record. It was another new high score, just like Taylor's
PR.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the complete fit check for Taylor, right? I think we got it.
Fit check
awesome.
complete. Taylor, so you listen to this podcast. And, this is the favorite podcast of the East Coast media elite. So it's obvious why you listen to it. So as you already are aware of, the three main subjects of this podcast, the only podcast that matters, are money,
ka-ching,
meats and cheeks,
sex and dating,
and most importantly, Jimmy and Larry ourselves.
The goddamn motherfucking boys.
And just like, we're not going to bury the lead because we're, also good journalists. It's just that we like free shit. So we're going to start with the most important topic, which is ourselves. My first question is pretty simple. How can we become TikTok superstars? Because we're on the cusp, but like, how can we kind of break through and transcend and become, the Throwing Fits house?
Elite.
Yeah, the Throwing Fits house. Well, step one, get a Hollywood Hills mansion. That will wrap
real estate is the first step.
Yeah.
We can't do that in New York because there was a TikTok like house in New York and they were just like, we drink martinis.
Oh, those dudes were so fucking stupid.
Can we like do one in New York? Because we don't want to go to LA because we like wearing t-shirts that don't look like they're going to wipe your ass.
Yeah. I think the Gotham House was in New Jersey too, which
my God. Breaking news. Wow.
Like
that's embarrassing.
Cap.
In Fort Lee?
I just support them because you have to support, the East Coast. They're the scenes, it's got to get going. Let's not,
Sure.
stifle anyone yet. It's our only house.
Did they pop off at all? Did they like get any juice?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are they still going, or did they get
They're stuck in traffic on the bridge.
Yeah.
Wait, who was in the Gotham house? Chris Christie, Bruce Springsteen.
They filmed a promo video with Glam Demon 2004 recently, who is actually a very cool and popular TikToker. So
interesting.
Are there TikTok individual superstars based in New York at all?
No, and
all I see are real basic pictures, just being like secret rooftop bars that are fucking sick, and it's just like, yo, you're just at this hotel. Like,
you're just at a super spreader event.
The places that they recommend, there was one that was like NYC nightlife videos, and I was like, this is no self-respecting person would
check out the secret spot, Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Which to be fair is fucking sick.
Yeah, which is awesome, and which we are like the number one power. Like we have all power cards with that are mad loaded. I feel like every corporate retreat that the only podcast that matters has been at the Times Square Dave and Buster's. But so there's no TikTok influencers in the tri-state area whatsoever.
I mean, there are some. But they're just not like that popular.
They haven't Voltroned up.
Yeah. There was this guy, Julian Fulian. Do you guys know?
No, we don't know.
I just interviewed him today, actually. He's pretty popular, actually. And he was in conversation with Noah Eubanks, E-Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Who actually kind of in the fashion world now. Somewhat.
Somewhat. Yeah, loosely.
We'll get to that. We'll get to fashion TikTok.
Yeah, it's funny. So I was doing this virtual VidCon Q&A with them today. And I was asking, the number one question from the audience was, how can I get TikTok famous? And both of them were just like, just be yourself and be happy.
No.
It's like, that's the worst advice. You can't tell kids that. They will get their dreams broken. But,
is it posting every day? Is it the right frequency? Hashtag? Is it getting duetted by the D'Amelio sisters? I
was going to say, not to interrupt, but that is the most important thing. I feel like is collabing with the right people.
Fuck.
If you show up
like fashion, it's like fashion and streetwear, right? Collabs are everything.
Julian Fulian, bang my line.
Yeah. Goth demon, please destroy my soul. Okay,
Glam
so that's
demon.
Good. Glam demon. Oh, excuse me. Is it a male or a female glam demon?
It's a woman.
Okay, Ms. Demon, please also bang our line. Okay, so collabs are important. Frequency, so posting, because James is in charge of the TF TikTok.
I'm running that division.
Yeah. How many followers do you guys have?
We're approaching 800. We've put up about 7 TikToks, and I think frequency is the thing, right? So I'm trying to do a few a week. I threw my back out earlier today doing one. No, that is not a joke. I had to lie down for a minute afterwards. Where's that meme where I'm not going to fucking describe a TikTok.
Yeah, go. Everyone who's listening should be following us on TikTok anyway.
Exactly. So we had one that garnered over 13,000 views. I feel like that's pretty good.
Is that good? Is that good?
We have? That's not good. But for the amount of followers we have, I feel like that.
Proportionally speaking.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I have almost 500,000, and I posted one that bombed recently that got 13,000 views.
Wait, so because you are so embedded in this world and you have all these best practices, you are subsequently chasing clout on the platform.
I'm not chasing clout. I just have clout because I'm with Charlie D'Amelio sometimes, or with Addison.
What are your TikToks? What's your TikTok strategy? Editorial speaking, are you reporting on TikTok via TikTok?
Yeah, I do. I think posting on there makes people realize that you're a human being. So I definitely try to post on there just to kind of I post my articles sometimes and kind of react to them. Not not in a cringy way. I just kind of post it with the green screen behind me.
Okay. Does it affect the stats of the traffic on your articles? When you put it up, you see you get more traffic when you promote it, or are Zoomers not interested or don't know how to read, in generally speaking?
I don't think they click through to the link in my bio, but I think it's just an awareness thing. It's I want them when they see. I want everyone on TikTok to know that if they see something, that I'm the one that should come to.
Yeah. You're world building. You're building your personal brand.
Yeah. I comment on a lot of things on their For You page too. Somebody was being mean to me the other day, and they're that's the she just comments on teens post on TikTok all day. And I was well, I do. That is how.
Yeah. And I get paid for that, bitch.
Yeah. Should we be commenting? Should TF?
Yeah, commenting is huge.
Okay, good.
If you're in the comments a lot, people just start to recognize your name. So it's a really good way. I mean, I do that for Instagram too.
Yeah, that's it. That's a follower hack, is just to comment
sure.
on, like, make funny comments.
Yeah, to dunk
big accounts.
on people's shit in the comments for sure. Always works.
Do you, because you must have like one of the largest social followings of anyone on the New York Times staff. Do you harness that into, are you like top 10 most clicks?
I don't have the largest. I feel like I'm small potatoes compared to a lot of people. I mean, like Maggie Haberman or like Nick Kristoff or whatever. Like
is Maggie big on TikTok?
Oh, on TikTok. I thought you meant like on the internet.
Well, I meant generally
TikTok,
speaking.
I'm dominating
the
it.
numbers of all the platforms. Like you have 500,000 more than they have from that one fucking platform, right?
Yeah, TikTok. I am the number one New York Times reporter. I don't think any of our other reporters.
Dubious distinction at best.
Is Maureen Dow just smoking weed on TikTok, like having bad trips and shit?
She would be a great TikToker. I would love to see her crazy TikToks.
Yeah. But, you know, TikTok, it's in the news. I don't know if a lot of New York Times reporters would necessarily be comfortable with this. Like, you know, China stealing the data. Is TikTok dangerous?
Yeah. Should we be worried?
I mean,
objectively speaking, like,
I'm just getting my phone treasure. Is TikTok dangerous? I mean, who knows, right? Probably not as dangerous as people. Maybe it's more dangerous. I mean, who knows? Like, that's the thing. You really don't know. There's no proof of what a lot of people are alleging, which is that China's like stealing your data, but they totally could be. We just have no idea.
First of all, whose data hasn't been stolen, right?
At this
and
point,
what can they even do with your data?
Yeah. What are you going to serve me better ads for more shit that I actually want to buy? Please do your worst.
It's more like, I mean, I think I understand the concerns about China, but I just think it's so, I mean, yeah, all these policymakers are just such two-faced people. Like
is it xenophobic? Is it like nativist xenophobia?
A big part of it. I mean, a big part of it is sort of this like China fear, but at the same time, you know, Chinese technology company, Chinese tech, it has a very porous relationship. Like if the Chinese government wants the data, they will usually give it to them. So like it is a serious concern, but it's like, okay, well, we have all of these Chinese tech companies and other Chinese social platforms operating in America. So if you're going to come after TikTok, you should look at them, and you should look at what Facebook is doing with our data.
Yeah. So it's a double standard for sure.
Like is Ben Shapiro going number one on Chinese TikTok every single fucking day? No, but you know where he is? Facebook.
Yeah,
exactly.
We'll get to the Zuckman later on. I want to ask you this. So like, Lawrence is kind of a noob to TikTok, and I explained to him, I'm like, no, it's not just, you know, like girls that are borderline underage or of age doing like dances. There's a TikTok for everything, right? And besides like the big stars of TikTok, which I'm not a part of that TikTok, like the different houses and the celebrities,
the dramas,
and they're like fucking, you know, teenage drama. Like, what's your favorite TikTok subculture? Are
you on like alt TikTok, James?
I haven't made it to alt TikTok. I briefly dipped my toe into black alt TikTok, and then I think was swiftly booted. I am in like comedy TikTok and
finance TikTok.
Accidentally finance TikTok. I've definitely made some. I made a lot of money off of finance TikTok actually, and then weirdly like steak TikTok, which these guys like are shit at cooking. And then definitely also, you know, still some of the sexy dancing.
just because, you know, you respect the art form.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit in Fit Talk.
Oh, are you in like couples Fit Talk or just?
No,
James just got broken up with, so he's completely alone, to be clear.
Condolences. Yeah. Well, there's all these couples on there that like do these ridiculous workouts together.
I like the people that make fun of them.
Yeah. You could go viral. You know, so many people now are going viral with duet channels where they like that girl Tati, like they're basically just really funny duetters.
Yeah. Well, the guy, and we'll talk about it, but the guy that Caramonico profiled, then nice.
Yeah.
That guy rules.
Yeah.
I told Lawrence,
positivity.
Lawrence is on a fitness journey, personal one, but I'm like, yo, go on, like become our Fit Talk guy. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Do a 21-day challenge. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to see that. But so Taylor, what are your favorite subcultures of? Because obviously there's clearly a TikTok for everything. Where do you kind of find yourself like falling down rabbit holes? Not because you're reporting on it, but because you enjoy it and it brings you joy.
I like the street style TikToks, like the
Chinese street style.
Yeah, like the Chinese or South Korean street style TikToks, I think are just like, they're always wearing crazy things. And like, I like the music. I I like some of the really weird TikTok stuff that's like what they call like dark talk or whatever. It's just really
evil.
weird.
There's evil TikTok.
It's like a
Hex talk.
Yeah.
The witch talk is interesting too.
Oh, true. They hexed the moon.
Yeah. The moon was crazy last night too.
Because it was hexed by witch talk.
I was literally kind of wondering if it succeeded. But
that's how you know it's good.
I'm in like deep like drama TikTok where it's just like all these teenagers like spilling tea about other influencers and stuff.
Do you have a work account? Do you have a burner account where it's like the work account is like, you know, focused on the bold face names of TikTok, and the burner account is like, you know, I don't know, witch talk or street style talk?
No, it's just my main. I'm also in like millennial, kind of like millennial mom TikTok. Like there's a lot of like early 30s women with young children.
Over 30s TikTok is pretty funny because it's just like, yo, we don't know what the fuck we're doing here, but it's fun.
Damn.
They do a lot of crafts.
Craft talk. Yeah.
Is there have you stumbled upon like streetwear TikTok or sneaker TikTok at all?
Yeah.
Hypebeast TikTok.
Yes. But I was in like sneaker TikTok for like, I saw like one video and I was just like,
not for me. The algorithm broke.
Show me some Birkenstocks or get out of here.
Birk talk. Yeah, Birk talk.
If there is, I should create it.
You should. I mean, you have the pairs for it. You can like do little like hand puppet type deals where like, you know, do little skits with the Birks.
The trend where you throw a Birk in the air and then you like kick it and you like have a new fit on.
Yeah, love that. That's very creative.
It's really hard. I'm not flexible enough to do that. But no, so you're very much in like the like influencer superstar TikTok.
I'm in like this, what they call straight TikTok, only because I report on that stuff and I like to know what's going on.
How heteronormative. Lawrence and I, like, we're kind of scared of having to learn a whole new ensemble of like influencers. So I guess like what we are most curious about is who's the most insufferable influencer
who's
on
the
TikTok?
worst?
Yeah.
Well, Jake Paul. I mean, Jake Paul's the most insufferable influencer.
Human. Yeah, he's just the most insufferable human alive.
Across the board, not even TikTok.
Yeah, right.
On TikTok, no, you know who's the most insufferable guy on TikTok is that the dating coach guy.
Oh my God.
I saw this guy.
Pickup artist TikTok.
Oh my God.
Where he's like Givenchy suit, fucking Omega watch, like that guy. That guy sucks.
With the
he's like
super skinny tie.
Oh my God,
he's like in
bozo.
a fucking. He looks like Jared Kushner. He's like, hey, when you're at the club, make sure you got a reason to bring a chick home. Like, yo, you want to play Mario Kart? Never have I played Mario Kart. We're fucking.
Yeah.
It's literally like what he said word for word in his video. I think it was like I've dated so many models. But I've been in a lot of long-term exclusive relationships with them too.
How does that guy make money? Like, does he do brand deals?
Through scamming over 30s TikTok.
Yeah.
You want to know how to fuck a 19-year-old TikTok dancer?
Yeah.
Subscribe to my Patreon.
That's what that guy's whole MO is.
Yeah.
Are there a lot? There are more. There's probably 1,000 guys like him, right? That's like its own.
Oh yeah, that's its own genre. Do you guys follow Jeremy Fragrance?
No, I don't. So I was talking about this, Lawrence, because it's the company property. I don't follow or like anything. So I just
it's a corporate account.
Yeah, I just use swiping and profile visits to kind of massage the algo.
Wait, so I'm going to drop it in the chat right here. Hold on, you guys just need to see this man.
Does he talk about
is he a scent guy?
Scents?
Yes, and like just
2
watch
million
his videos.
followers?
Holy shit! God. Damn. Okay, so Jeremy Fragrance is popping. That's for damn sure.
He takes fragrance so seriously. Like, you have to watch his videos. Like, he just talks about it endlessly, and
he is very ripped. Yeah. Also,
well,
so
everyone on TikTok's ripped.
Yeah. Do you have to be beautiful to succeed on TikTok? That wasn't one of your best practices, but can we be real here? Like, does James have to be hotter?
No, because you can be on alt TikTok, which is more quirky. I think like.
How do I be quirky?
Yeah.
If you're like quirky and relatable, you don't have to be beautiful.
Well, I'm certainly not relatable.
I mean, we're the people's champs. I think we're as relatable as it gets. So maybe, James, you should lean into things that don't necessarily have to.
I think it's probably I think it's easier to get really ripped. I think it's actually easier to get really ripped and hot than become relatable and quirky. For me, at least. For me.
So you're more talented is what you're saying. You're what you do is even harder.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good.
When Jake Paul inevitably goes to jail, because that's the breaking story tonight, right? Is that the FBI is finding fucking war machines in his crib.
Yeah.
When he goes to jail, should we reinstitute the death penalty?
No. Jake Paul just needs a reality check. He just needs a reality.
I mean, this man exists in non-reality, so like,
Yeah, what?
I know.
I don't think
take his phone.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's gone off the deep end. I'm not surprised by those like giant bazookas they were pulling out of his house though, because do you guys remember his plan for stopping school shootings in 2017 at all?
No, please regale us with this genius plan.
A couple years ago, shortly after Parkland, Jake Paul came out with a 5-point plan for stopping school shootings.
Okay.
And it was so funny. It was install bulletproof windows everywhere in every
Genius.
school.
Okay. Why hadn't we thought of that? Okay. Very good idea.
Okay.
Right.
Well, also COVID friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check the box.
Way more police into schools.
Okay.
Okay.
For sure.
Sort of like
Right.
against what most people were saying at the time was going to
More
be good.
arm all teachers.
Right. Arm all teachers, which was our 1-point plan, because we actually also kind of like entered this, political arena. That was
and then his other things were like, give kids bulletproof backpacks and stuff.
And then did he happen to be selling bulletproof backpacks?
Yeah, Kevlar backpacks.
No, but he also said that the social media companies should collect more data so that they can identify school shooters early. And I was just like, if they accepted that, they would identify you because you have all these guns all over. And you're like,
you and Post Malone.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Genius. Wow.
Okay. So I guess
president,
when he goes to jail, we'll let him live. And I know that Team 10, his shit is Team 10, right? Like their whole thing is, it was. They
it
broke
still
up.
is.
Team 0 now. Which
Damn.
TikToker out there, because this is huge now for all of them, which one has the best merch in your opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good question.
Thank you.
That's why I won a Pulitzer Prize.
Mm-hmm. People don't talk about that enough.
I don't really love the TikTok merch. I have a really comfortable sweatshirt from like Clickbait, the David Dobrik, clickbait line.
And you had to buy that because you can't. You paid your own hard-earned money for that because you can't accept any free swag.
Yeah, no, you know what? I actually got it I want to say 2 years ago, and I got it from my friend who's a huge David Dobrik fan. She actually did buy it for probably over $50 or something.
Jesus Christ.
Why do people like him? Because he just kind of popped up out of nowhere and was like doing shit with like Bieber and like giving away Teslas and shit.
He is really popular. He's like relatable, I guess.
He's not hot.
His sweatshirt was comfortable.
Okay.
He was dating Liza Koshy, who's like she was a really popular YouTuber. So they had like a whole relationship. They had a viral breakup video.
Oh,
damn.
Now that James is single, can you maybe like do a little bit of matchmaking and set him up with a viral superstar?
You're trying to date a TikToker, Addison Rae?
Not Addison Rae. I don't want to become mind controlled by Scott Disick or the Kardashian Jenner clan. And I think also she's like not appropriately aged.
Yeah.
Maybe someone from over 27 TikTok.
Single mom TikTok.
Yeah.
James,
I love kids.
Slot in there, yeah, for sure. Well, kids are mids, but
kids are mids. I mean, I wouldn't want to have one or pay for one, but yeah.
When you have the ability to completely leave a family high and dry and not feel guilty, that's when kids are good for sure.
There's a lot of old singles, or not old, but there's a lot of like singles talk, I guess you could call it, of like girls posting about stuff.
Like using TikTok as a dating app, kind of?
Yeah, totally.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I have seen I think that many people, not us, say that women aren't funny, which is not true. But there's like hilarious women talking about like dating in 2020 on TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is always that's like very much like my fucking lane.
Oh, do you guys follow the like catfish accounts of the woman? There's all these women on TikTok that if you DM them and Venmo them, they'll message your boyfriend or husband for you and try to see if they can, and then be like, pretend to want to send nudes or meet up or whatever.
Wow. Entrapment. This is entrapment.
Yeah. And then they screen record it and then they post it on TikTok. Wait, it's so addicting.
This is evil. This is pure evil.
One of my friends Venmo'd one of them and she hasn't done it yet. Or like
how much does it cost to ruin your relationship? What's the price tag?
$50.
$50?
Damn, that's a market price?
Damn.
It's like there's wait, I'll send it to you guys.
Same thing. If you want to Venmo throwing fits $50, we'll hit up your man's your lady and be like, yo, your fit is trash.
That was honestly something that we toyed with, was like, we'll roast your with the Swaggless homies fit or whoever's fit and just like make a video. And then that's maybe a way to tell them that they're not stylish.
Yeah. Oh, like to kind of like give them the push that they need to like seek the help to not be the most Swaggless homie or whatever.
Are you guys on Cameo?
Should we
we were approached a few years ago and we said, we'll do it for $5,000. They said, okay, well, Soulja Boy is the most expensive person on Cameo and he does it for $1,000. And we're like, all right, we'll do it for $1,000.
Sure. Yeah.
They said, okay, we'll circle back. And they did. And we haven't done it. Also, it's tough during COVID because we're not together. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
They want both boys, not just one or the other.
But we have sent personalized, we like FaceTime each other and just like did screen recording and sent it to like, various members of the Throw Gang for like their birthday, which I guess we should monetize that.
Wait, first of all, get on Cameo. Like, I know that you're not together.
But then we actually have to do it. Right. Versus like people beg us for a birthday shout out. And then like, if we feel like it, and then we're like, oh, we're such good guys. Like, I think we did maybe two.
Ever. I think two,
maybe. Yeah. So,
yeah. But. Wait, I'm going to tell you this girl's username. She goes by Sassy Tassie at DRAY is Bay. So Dre is Bay. She's one of the ones that will catfish your partner.
If you're dating, if two TikTokers are dating and they break up, do they have to publicize and like live it out in the public eye?
Yeah.
Is that expected? Oh, okay. That's part of
sucks.
It's an occupational hazard.
Yeah. But it's like you also get clout from your relationship. So you have to do the breakup video. Where you both cry, like the Liza and David one.
Oh, damn. Going back to merch. So how much do you think, whether it's David Dobrik, who makes the best merch in your opinion, how much do you think? So who is it?
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying like I have one sweatshirt that's really comfortable from them. I don't have any other. I don't know who else makes the best merch.
I mean, function over form. Like, we're
function
not
over
that.
fashion. I just don't like any of the TikToker merch.
Because it says like fucking Xanax family for life across it. Like,
or it says like, this like stop looking at my dick like on
I have seen those. Those are fire.
They all love those.
Those rule.
It's like the juicy couture butt stance of the early 2000s. But
yeah, exactly.
Updated for this time and age.
In your reporting and liaising with all these TikTokers, have you gotten any insight into like that revenue stream, like how much money the merch is like bringing in for these fools?
A ton. I mean, because everyone's moving away from ad deals. So like merch is the new way to monetize.
Interesting.
So, I mean, not even new. I think since 2018, it's been sort of progressively a bigger and bigger share.
We had some experience with this ourselves. We released a t-shirt last week and we're not here to like gloat and like brag, but we sold a fuck ton and we made a lot of money.
Yeah. Not as much. We didn't make like Huddy numbers, but it definitely looked better than his shit. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. we made Glam Demon. We did Glam Demon numbers.
Yeah.
We went triple Glam Demon.
Glam Demon needs to release merch. She has not released merch.
That's a sick ass name.
She's at fashion. She's at FIT.
Oh, really?
I think, or some fashion school. Is there another fashion school? I don't know.
LIM.
I don't know.
Would be the one for if you're too dumb to go to FIT, you go to LIM. At least as I understand.
She might be at LIM.
Okay, cool. All right, sick. Shout out Miss Demon again one time.
Like Larry said, our first foray into the merch world was a fucking unabashed smash. However, we may have kind of tapped out or capped out at our most units, especially because it was our first one. So we want to kind of like delve into different demos and shit. So if we wanted to cater to the e-boys on TikTok and the e-girls on TikTok, can you briefly break down for us like the general e-boy aesthetic, just from head to toe? You can go top down because you're confirmed not a cop. You can go bottom up if you want, but just paint us like a Mona Lisa picture of the Zoomer Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first you have to have the kind of like bleachy, like middle part hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was like the shit I had in like 8th grade. It was like,
that's the cycle, right?
It's coming back. Full back.
Is this now the cut du jour versus like the Jack Harlow like fro flop? Because that's also big,
the
right?
Flop is also big. Yeah, Josh Richards, like you cannot see his face anymore, his hair in the videos. It's like a visor.
Nice.
But I do think that for the e-boy, you're going to want the middle part.
The bleached Dwight Schrute.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then, you're going to have to paint your nails, or at least a couple of them.
Okay. Cool. Black. Different colors or all one color?
Yeah. Black.
Black, purple, anything kind of like that.
It shows how in tune you are with your emotions and that you have a little bit of a dark side.
Yeah.
You're a bad boy.
And you got to have a bunch of necklaces, like with a couple locks.
Yeah. The lock chain, right? Like the choker.
Pearl, like a pearl choker and like a little chain with like a lock.
Nice.
or like a clear, like a lucite kind of chain.
If you had to speculate, what do you think that that represents? What do you think the message there is? Is that like I'm a chain beast that needs to be unlocked by the right girl, and maybe it could be you if you follow me on TikTok? Form your own shackles.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's funny. All I can think of every time I see someone with these is I was at the Hype House in December, like right after
big fucking flex alert.
I was writing about them, and Chase, Lil Huddy at the time, I can't remember. We were about to take a picture or they were photographing. There was a photographer there, and he like goes into the bathroom and like opens the cabinet and like starts digging through this box of just like pearl jewelry and necklaces and stuff. And he was like choosing out his one for the day. And I was like, this guy has more like chains and necklaces than I ever had in my life.
They're just like, they look like cowardly Lil Peeps. Like if they didn't do drugs and were cool.
It is absolutely an extension of the kind of little, and it's funny because Peeps shit was a little bit like Cobain-esque, right? It's like that kind of that look. And it's funny to see the evolution where, now it is like a full on archetype. And I wonder if people that dress that way, these e-boys, even like they probably know who Peep is, but are they even like aware that they look like Kurt Cobain? Like, is that so far removed that
like, Kurt Cobain, removed. She rocked.
Yeah.
But
I heard about that guy.
I feel like Kurt Cobain was more like grunge. Sure. And to me, it reminds me of more like in 8th grade when I was like into Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. Like it's Hot Topic chic.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Spencer's
exactly.
Gifts. Spencer's Fits.
Spencer's Fits. Nice. Okay. So they got the chain. They have the bleached white shroot. How would you describe like the fit generally speaking? Like, just like, are they wearing like big pants with like tiny t-shirts? I've seen a lot of like striped
tiny t-shirts, big pants.
Yeah. What's the deal?
Or it's like the button down that's like open, like
all the way.
Like,
ooh.
Or a lot of them wear like, like a cool t-shirt over a longer t-shirt, like a short sleeve t-shirt over
really
longer
another
shirt.
like 90s Spencer's Gifts Hot Topic like skater Pac Sun vibe, like a poser, basically like dressing a poser.
They're dressed like Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Literally, you could take any of like when Avril Lavigne was like at her peak, and sort of that's like e-boy look.
Do you see any brands that they are gravitating to, like maybe because they're wearing like logo tees or anything? Like, is there an e-boy brand du jour?
No, but they do all wear like Gucci and Louis Vuitton stuff. Like everyone in those houses has like the, like Gucci slides or
so there's conspicuous consumption for sure. So they have like the damaged, like the damaged emo look, but like at the same time, it's like flexing designer brand names.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Pretty Boy, like SoundCloud rapper, it's like fucking Juice WRLD or even like XXXTentacion.
Yeah.
And that big RIP, you dead bitch. Fuck that guy.
Are these guys rocking like the rarest fucking sneakers?
God, I don't know. I feel like they wear Vans.
Really?
Yeah.
So they'd rather have like a Gucci and Louis belt than like crazy rare Jordans or whatever.
I think they might. I think so. I don't think that e-boys wear like the cool sneakers. I feel like it's more like Vans basic shoes from the ones I've seen.
That's just part of their like West Coast emo boy shit. You know?
I guess that's their LA-ness coming out for sure.
Because you're known, Taylor, as like the de facto reporter on straight TikTok and celeb TikTok, like are influencers thirsting in your DMs for like coverage? And are they kind of like leaking damaging info on their like nemesis?
Yeah, are they similar to us in thirsting after your attention, or are they chill?
This whole ploy, by the way, we confirmed beforehand, and I just want to reconfirm that just because you come on the podcast, it's not a conflict of interest if you want to write a profile on us.
Yeah.
You guys got your big New Yorker profile. I don't know how I could ever.
We're never satisfied with press. We want all of it.
The New Yorker's great, but I mean, the gray lady, come on.
Yeah, come on, please,
Yeah, I do have a lot of influencers like sending me things. I talk to a lot of them over the years. I mean, I've been covering this world and kind of like in the social media world for a long time. So there's a lot of people that I kind of like have become friends with that I talk to regularly. But the young teenagers, honestly, they know that I don't really care about their gossip or like dating. I feel like that's stuff they're more like leaking to TikTok room or something.
So like the factioning clans aren't like, yo, this motherfucker wasn't wearing a mask. Yo, this motherfucker.
Yes, they do tell me that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so they're using that intel as leverage to try to like get your attention to some degree.
Yeah, or the people tell me things like, "Oh, did you know this guy did this or this guy did this?" It's just so much of it is rumors, and I like to kind of have somewhat of a high bar where I'm like, I see the rumors online. I follow all the tea accounts. Like, I want them, if they come to me with like a legitimate story.
Has anyone offered up like the Watergate of TikTok to you that you were like, holy shit, I need to like really dive in and investigate, and like and became like your deep throat or whatever?
Nothing like that, but there's a lot of stuff that I wish I could report if people would go on the record. That's frustration of being a journalist.
Right. Sure.
Well, look, we're on our way into, making big strides into straight celebrity TikTok. So we'll go on the record. We'll talk shit. We don't give a fuck. Yeah, we still get the Patreon still booming, so we don't need TikTok. TikTok it's a nice to have, not a need to have for us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about like actual celebrities that have made a foray into TikTok? And obviously you have your Jason Derulos, your Lil Yachty's, but like what celebrity, in your opinion, in your expert opinion, what celebrities are actually good at TikTok? I
mean, Jason Derulo, I don't know if you followed my like drama with Jason Derulo.
You simping after Jason Derulo.
Me simping for like months, like emailing his manager, like nonstop emailing everyone associated with him, being like, I just want to write about Jason's TikTok videos. Can you please give me an interview? Finally, he ultimately did not, and he did get an interview to Complex.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember seeing that.
When that came out, everyone was like, oh my God, Taylor, RIP. But, to be fair, Complex actually covers Jason Derulo on a regular basis. And whatever. Anyway, it was fine.
Jason Derulo must have some serious fucking blackmail in that case. God damn.
I don't know. I mean, I think they like covered his music and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not interested in any of that. I just want to know how much he gets paid on TikTok.
The guy that sings his fucking name all the time. Yeah, I'm good. But let's talk about
the guy who fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
Right. You definitely has some compromise on Donnie Kwok.
For sure.
But no, is there anyone that you think is actually talented at
like Cameron Diaz,
not just doing it because
is on now and whatever.
I mean, I actually do think Jason's videos are good, but that's because he has a team that actually gets TikTok. I mean, I like the weird celebrities. Most celebrities are awful.
What do you think about Gordon Ramsay?
Oh, I don't follow him, or I haven't seen his videos.
He does it with his like teenage daughter, and she like is good. And then he's been duetting, like I said, a lot of chef talk is like trash. And he's been duetting them and just being like, this is fucking garbage.
I saw that.
Yeah, that just went viral right there most recently.
Yes. Because I also saw these people pretending to be him, just being awful to like kids.
Well, yeah.
Nice. Cool.
I mean, celebrities are sort of like inherently really boring on like all social platforms.
For real.
Jessica Alba, trash on TikTok.
What about Cameron? Cameron Diaz just got on, right?
Yeah, her video was fine.
Oh, just damn. That's talk about a Gordon Ramsay-esque review. Harsh. Just fine. Yeah.
She was just like drinking wine. I was just like, all I could look at it was like the beautiful grass. And I was like, she looks like she lives in a nice place.
I'm sure she does. If Cameron Diaz didn't live in a nice place, I think we'd have a bigger problem.
She's Jake Paul's neighbor.
Yeah.
Well, you currently have a bit of a monopoly on the TikTok beat at the New York Times. However, noted Lorenz voice double and your colleague, John Caramanica, has written about TikTok a few times now. So my question is...
He and I would say, he's like constantly beating me on TikTok stories.
Really? Oh. So is he your competitor? And hence, did you leak his personal info to the Swifties when they doxed him?
Yeah. Were you playing 4D chess on our mans?
No, never. No, I love John's stuff. No, because he comes at things from such a different angle than I do, and he's so thoughtful and writes these amazing things that I'm like, how did you make that sound so interesting? But we both just cover the culture side of TikTok a lot. The Swiftie thing was insane, but I myself have crossed the Swifties, so I know.
Yeah.
I once said that.
Are they the roughest hive?
They're insane. I tweeted something like a while ago, and I was like, all Taylor Swift songs like sound the same or something. And it was like, got like ratioed to death. There was like 1,000 replies, like, you bitch. So,
damn.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised that they like immediately doxed him and were probably coming for his
and put a hex on his soul. That was another thing that was quite troubling.
John, I hope you're doing well, bro.
Yeah, John, if you're out there, we're hoping you're doing well.
If you can hear this, blink twice. We need help. Are there hives or stan armies on TikTok like the Huddy Gang or some shit? And do you run afoul there?
I wrote about all the TikTok cults. The step chickens.
Oh yeah. That was like a kind of like an artificial one though, right?
Yeah, she like made the cult, but they're still they take it seriously. Those kids take it seriously. But yeah, I mean, there's just the fan armies. So it's like if they think that you're being rude or something to one of their people, they come for you.
Leave Charlie alone.
Yeah. I honestly, Charlie is, we do have to protect Charlie. I feel bad for her. Imagine being 15 and having to deal with all this shit.
Fuck that.
I mean, is this just the new way to be like, because child stars have always existed and have been like a part of like a cult, like American culture. And like, is this just the next frontier, right?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that like, I mean, this is entertainment. I was at this Instagram, they have this big Malibu beach party every year. And I was there last year. I wrote about it. And this guy, I think his name's Justin Anthony, who's like in charge of creators at Instagram, was just like, I think he used to be like an executive at Nickelodeon or something, but he'll like pick people out. And he's like, wow, that girl's going to be a star. That girl's not going anywhere. Like, it's just God. Like so harsh.
Drug addict, dead, drug addict, star, drug addict.
She'll be dead in 2 years.
He's so good at identifying talent. And like, it is kind of,
that's kind of weird.
I mean, I don't know. Entertainment industry is just like merciless like that.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Horrible.
What do you think about Addison Rae's mom getting into the fray? She has like 8 million followers.
Sherry?
Just fucking launched a podcast with her daughter.
Damn. I know. Sherry is like the cool mom of TikTok. I feel like
she's giving like, Addison condoms.
Do you see like these TikTokers like James just mentioned, like launching a podcast with your mom? Like, do they have talents outside of like just doing little dances and bits? Like, because obviously it's like a different type of, it's almost like watching like the Vine creators, like RIP Vine, that like transcended that platform where it's like, okay, your style of entertainment works in these little single servings, but when you try to pod with the fucking big dogs and get 2 hours worth of content at any given time, like this is not a children's game.
I was just on a podcast. I was on a podcast earlier today where it's like, you know, we get it. It's cool. You're trying to do what we're doing and it's great that you're trying, but like not everyone can do this.
You're blowing up. That's good. Fantastic.
Well, you guys are talking to someone who has a 1-star rated podcast on iTunes.
No, really?
So I know how hard it is.
You want us to get Throw Gang to correct that? Because we can activate the sleeper cells.
Wait, why do you have a 1-star podcast? Can you explain how things got so bad for you?
Yeah. So back in like, no, it was these people from the Morning Toast. Put a hex
on your iTunes rating.
No, basically I had this podcast called Like and Subscribe with my friend about YouTube stuff back in like 2017. 2018-ish. And we just did it for fun. Was it good? No, but it was fun. And, you know, her boyfriend edited it and it was fine. And
just an excuse to hang out. That's how we kind of like, that's how we started too, you know?
Literally,
we didn't expect to be like legendary content creators of a generation making, you know, at least tens of hundreds of dollars, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so Like and Subscribe was going to be that. But anyway, it did ultimately do pretty badly. And no, people didn't like the sound quality and didn't think there was much organization to it.
This sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
What you got to do is you got to lean into that and be like, no, motherfucker, you're going to like it because of that. You're going to like the way you're going to like the way I sound. I guarantee it.
It's a part of the show. The show is supposed to be bad, and you would get that if you weren't a fucking dumbass. You know?
Yeah. People just don't appreciate the real raw.
But the pod is done now. Like you're
it's done. We kind of got busy with it anyway, and then I wrote about this show called The Morning Toast, run by these absolute wackos, these like racist, horrible people. And I actually wrote about their stupid show on AOL and it got canceled because they're horrible. And so all of their fans came over and deranked my podcast. And I was like, fuck this, fine. I'll stop.
You're like, yo, I stopped doing this podcast last year.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time.
I did. We had already quit it, but I wanted to do another podcast, but
doing one now.
Well, you're just going to have to settle for the only podcast that matters. I
just go on other people's more relevant podcasts because I cannot compete. Yeah.
Speaking of cutting mediums of technology, such as talking for 2 hours, today was the launch of Reels, the Instagram competitor to TikTok. And I was at Snapchat. My first week was when Instagram launched IG stories and just like decimated Snapchat, and everyone's like, whatever, this is, you know, they're coming for the king. They best not miss. Will Reels, the IG version, take over TikTok, you think?
I don't know. It's funny. I just like filmed this segment of like this TV thing before I was talking to you guys, and they were asking me the same thing, and I gave some like answer, which was like, I don't know. And I feel the same way now. I like, in a sense, I think normally I'd be like, no, absolutely not. Instagram is actually horrible at copying things. They already launched Lasso, which was a TikTok clone, and it bombed. But I think TikTok is like so crippled right now that they might actually get traction.
Do you think like the $1 billion creators fund or the fact that fucking Zuck is a Trump bootlicker and is anti-China? Like, do you think...
Is it $1 billion they're giving creators?
I thought so. Or maybe TikTok's giving $1 billion. I don't know.
TikTok's giving a lot. TikTok's giving like 200 million or something.
Damn.
Creator fund. I don't know what Instagram is, but it's funny that they're all trying to court creators now, because for so many years they were like, fuck creators. And now they're like, oh, wait.
Yeah. Well, I need the fucking Nickelodeon guy that is able to judge the talents of 15-year-old girls to verify me, first of all.
Yeah, that for sure.
So GQ, they put out their debut reel today, and it was a fit check compilation. So as an expert, I guess our question is, do we have grounds to engage our pit bull of a lawyer? He's a bulldozer with a wrecking ball attached. And get real litigious on their ass.
Yeah.
I think you have to.
Yeah, we should sue Sam Hine.
Yeah. Hey, Will Welch, cut the fucking check, bro.
That's really hilarious. I haven't seen. Are they on TikTok? Is there a GQ TikTok?
I don't know. There's something
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I feel
fucking
like
WAPO's on TikTok. What do you think about Washington Post TikTok?
I like Dave, but I don't know. He was defending the Sarah Cooper TikToks today, and I was like, I can't get behind this.
She's the Trump impersonator for my boomer friends here.
It drives me insane because personally, I have nothing against her, but every week someone emails me, you have to write about this epic TikToker. Like,
you
Sarah
see how
Cooper.
she absolutely got that Cheeto ass dummy, dude.
Lawrence, that is literally what they sound like.
Yeah.
They're like, she destroyed the evil Cheeto. And you're like,
damn. Is she because she just like lip syncs like his lip syncs
his things. And like, it's like, okay, I got it. Like, it wasn't really that funny, but on the 500,
it's kind of like
she's kind of a one. It's a one trick.
Gotta
give it to her. You know?
But whatever. I mean, no shade to her. She's got millions of followers, but I just
eat, young lady, eat.
Like, sure. I think I like resent her because of the amount of emails that I get from boomers.
Make a filter, make a Sarah Cooper filter.
Yeah, for real.
Or start a pod with her.
Yeah.
She's too big time. She's also like, I tweeted negatively about her today, and I was like, she's probably thinks I'm a bitch now.
Yeah.
Well, we think you're cool. We think you're cool.
She's fine. I have nothing against her. I really she's so pervasive on Twitter, and it's kind of driving me insane.
Well, I want to take a moment to stop tearing women down and kind of go macro for a second. Just like, not just TikTok, but social media in general. Obviously this generation was raised on it, or, Gen Z was raised on it, and our screen time is double digits. What do you think the long-term effects are of like an entire generation who are, and this is like a self-aware trend, but they're like, they call themselves the main character, right? And they are raised with like their face staring back at them and looking at the camera. What do you think the long-term effects are of that when these people who were raised by themselves on their phones eventually become, or, step into like positions of power?
It's funny because I feel like everyone said that millennials were so narcissistic or always thinking of themselves, the me generation. But actually, I think that young people are kind of like more empathetic in a lot of ways than older people, especially to others around them. Like, they're more likely to be sensitive to issues around race and class and things like that. So yes, there is the trend of the main character, but that's also just about like taking advantage of life and self-empowerment. So
sure. So you're bullish on the future to some degree. To
some degree, but also like so many people believe in QAnon now because of like TikTok and stuff.
So that's like the double-edged sword, right? TikTok not only can spread social justice, but like it also can spread like wildfire, like absolutely ridiculous conspiracy theories that are distracting from the real shit.
Did you guys see the Wayfair stuff?
Yeah. I couldn't miss that. Jesus Christ.
Crazy. I think the Wayfair thing was kind of like a canary in the coal mine, if that's what you can say, about sort of like misinformation on TikTok, because there is so much bad information. And I do think a lot of young people, just like a lot of old people, just believe anything they see on the internet. So that's terrifying.
But empathy is something that you find prevalent across like all these platforms. And I was having this conversation with some friends today where like young people are very adept at at like switching. If someone has preferred pronouns, they're very good at like just switching automatically versus like older people take a much longer time to like kind of stumble over that and like, oh wait, do I sound silly if I'm saying they is? And it's like, yo, who gives a fuck? Like
it's not about
respecting the person.
Yeah. Boomer.
Yeah, I know. It's like, just be respectful. But yeah, I just think that like, I don't know, there's all those memes of like Gen Z and kind of like, I don't know about like just how they're I'm trying to think of like what I'm trying to say. You know, the ones where it's like people at restaurants and it's like Gen Z and it's like tipping the waiter and then like some old lady that's just like yelling at you.
Just spitting on the waiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that just bring harm to the world, who would you say is worse, men in tech or influencers?
Oh my God, men in tech. Are you kidding me?
They're the worst of the worst?
Men in tech. I never really encountered tech Twitter until a couple months ago. And let me tell you, it's a world that I thought it's worse than any influencer Twitter I've ever seen. Because they all think of themselves as influencers. And it's like, sir, you are like a 45-year-old man in Silicon Valley. Like you have no cultural
just
capital.
because you have the off-white Presto does not an influencer make.
Right. Just
Gary V.
Just because you whip around a Tesla wearing Gary V signature K-Swiss sneakers doesn't mean that anybody gives a fuck about anything that you have to say, dog.
Is it like, why are they like, yes, all men are trash, but why are men in tech such, big basura? Is it because they were nerds that were beaten up and never got any pussy, and now they have money and power? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
It's something about that. There's a huge chip on all of their shoulders for sure. And obviously, look, not all men in tech. There's a lot of cool men in tech.
Basically all men.
No, they're cool. They're cool. I mean, there's guys and there's cool guys. There's a couple.
How many of them paid you to say that right now?
I don't know. I have like
how many of them are tech reporters?
Yeah. How many of them are your colleagues?
Tech reporters don't count as in tech. It's the guys that are like worshiping like Silicon Valley shit, like the Y Combinator freaks that like love Paul Graham.
Yeah. Elon. My tweet.
Elon, oh my God.
Notice me, senpai.
Why are
Notice
you,
king.
Why are you such a hater?
Send me to Mars, king, please.
They're just idiotic and out of touch.
Are they are they too inward facing and too insular and they don't realize like
completely insular.
When you're all just jerking each other off, everyone's coming, but like, that doesn't mean you're making the world a better place.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ugh, they're just terrible. So I feel like I gotta stay away from tech Twitter, but I just, now that I know about it, I can't stop reading their horrible tweets. Somebody tweeted yesterday, our Substack and podcast should rattle enough about this. I'm thinking of a tech industry manifesto that can be circulated in Y Combinator founder groups and through Silicon Valley communities, the new version of the Federalist paper. This is something that like, a legitimate person.
Oh my God, get a fucking life, dude.
It's like Chappelle. They never should have given you motherfuckers money.
Just like everyone else who's ever written a manifesto, put a gun in your mouth. Thank you, dude.
Well, I just think that their obsession with manifestos is bizarre. But
what a fucking weird, crazy, like a weird guy thing. Like, has a woman ever written a manifesto? I mean, maybe actually I shouldn't who knows?
Maybe for universal suffrage, but not necessarily a fucking, like the world should cater to lower taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just hate. Yeah. It's so weird.
The first, one of the worst manifestos, the Declaration of Independence. You know what I'm saying? This goes back to this country was founded on a manifesto.
We the people. Yeah. All people.
Yeah,
okay.
Word.
Okay.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
buddy.
Word.
All right,
word.
TJ. All right, TJ. Are all men in tech, like when you face in person, because influencers are trash online and in person.
Yeah.
But men in tech, like, are they all fucking big cappers, just all Twitter fingers? Like when you see them in person, they just like shrink back and it's like, oh, a girl.
Oh yeah. No, they're like, oh my God, I love your work.
Wow. Dude. You hate to see it.
Yeah. They kiss up to me. They kiss up to me in the DMs. They hate on me and then they kiss up to me in the DMs. I was going to release this one guy's DMs he was hating on me and he's got, a couple 100,000 followers. And
you want to do it right now? Just give us a world exclusive.
No, I can't. Yeah. Our PR people will freak out at me. They were like, Taylor, stop.
But like, and he was kissing your ass, like being like, you're my favorite byline. And
in the tweets, he's like, this idiot. And, she only writes about memes and she's a moron. And then, in the DMs, he had been like, I love your work.
Wow,
I'd love to pick your brain.
Dweeb.
Sounds like a Throwing Fits fan.
Yeah. We got to listen, when it comes to fucking Twitter fingers and Reddit fingers and Discord fingers, we see it every single day. So yes, we get it.
Well, talking about speaking of the biggest capper and the biggest bootlicker, did Mark Zuckerberg get such a robust hiney from constantly licking Trump's greasy ass boots?
Yeah. Squatting down.
Is that how that happened?
Licking those clean.
Are you talking about that picture where he has like a zinc all over his face?
He's wearing geisha face, which I found. He's wearing geisha face, which I find very offensive as a Japanese person. And yeah, he's fucking just popping cakes.
Say what you want about Zuck, but my man's got a fucking meaty, robust ass. You know what I'm saying? Love it, dude. You love to see it. You know,
that photo is like burned into my brain. I can't stop. I'll never unsee it.
It's a nightmarish image straight from hell.
But is he the biggest? Is he the biggest capitulator towards Trump? Where he came out in the recent like congressional hearings and was like, "Oh, he came out as like kind of anti-China," whereas everyone else was like, "You're being fucking racist and xenophobic," and he was like, "Fuck China." And now, obviously, putting reels out to compete with TikTok and also Facebook not. Muffling Trump the way maybe Twitter did a little bit. Is he the biggest bootlicker?
He definitely is very kind of like deferential to Trump because he knows that he doesn't want to get regulated. He doesn't want to get regulated. And he's like, hey, look at China. Like what? They're horrible. Go pay attention to that or like whatever. And, he definitely did, is sort of responsible for getting Trump elected in a huge part. And so I think Trump recognizes that and Zuck recognizes that. And
anybody who's seen the documentary, The Social Network, which is a huge favor of this podcast, this should come as no surprise. My man is a fucking maniacal, narcissistic, win at all costs, crush all of my enemies type guy. This should come as no surprise, right? He has absolutely no soul.
It's very win at all costs at Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Zero sum. I've seen like a bunch of pics go, make the rounds recently where it's like the top 10 Facebook posts of the day with the most reach, and it's all like Ben Shapiro,
absolutely.
Fox News. Do you think Facebook is going to have a huge effect on 2020 that people are maybe even underestimating at this point?
Downplaying to some degree.
It's having a huge effect. I mean, right wing, especially sort of like extremist right wing content is constantly outperforms all other type of content on Facebook. And I loved their reaction to, Kevin Roos, who does those tweets every day, my colleague, where they're basically like, well, this is unfair because, who knows what. They basically didn't like that he had access to that data, which is using their own internal tool.
Right.
But, I think that every single day Facebook is facilitating the spread of dangerous propaganda. And it's scary. And it's just scary, the amount of misinformation that's rampant on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. And just hopping over to another, even arguably more evil dude, Jeff Bezos. I love talking politics and high level big brain shit, but the question I have immediately is just, have you seen the Jeff Bezos dick pics?
Oh my God, no.
But they're out there.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
No.
It's like do you think they're as buff as he is?
Yeah. It's like the X-Files. The truth is out there.
All right. Well, if we're not going to talk,
if you want to see it, it's out there.
Yeah. Do your Googles. Should the big tech companies get broken up, or maybe even not just regulated the way they are in Europe, but like literally broken up because they do have monopolies on a lot going on in this country and the world?
I think it would. I mean, there's precedent for it, right? Like other big tech companies have been subject to kind of antitrust stuff and been broken up. So I think something needs to change because right now nobody can compete with Facebook. I mean, if you think about it, like the only social app that was even remotely able to compete with Facebook is, backed by ByteDance, which is one of the most powerful Chinese tech conglomerates. Google, Facebook, Amazon, all of them have too much power. And whether it's curtailing their power through legislation or breaking it up, I don't know. I'm not like a policy expert, but I do think like something needs to change because this system is unsustainable.
Do you think that's going to be a talking point, like moving forward in the debates?
I think that like tech and China is going to be a talking point because Trump seems to keep hammering on it. But I don't know. I don't know if enough people care. I mean, now they're talking about data privacy, but only in the context of China.
Or like censoring right wing.
Yes, exactly. Right. It just becomes another thing in the culture war versus like an actual kind of policy that people should really care about. Regardless.
Let's talk about something that's kind of above the culture war and won't get torn asunder. My question, Taylor Lorenz, who is going to play intrepid tech reporter Taylor Lorenz in the Social Network 2 Revenge of Zuck's Juicy Dumper?
I don't know. I don't have a celebrity lookalike. Hopefully me. Hopefully.
Who do you want to
Really?
play?
You want to play yourself?
Who do you want to play as like the scrappy, the reporter that first in, last to leave, eventually takes down the fucking evil Zuck empire?
A real gym rat when it comes to the newsroom.
I don't know if I kind of just want somebody like beautiful, like Emily Ratajkowski or someone just like beautiful to play me. So I have like in people's mind, they're just like, wow, she's amazing.
So you'd rather have someone hot than say talented who can actually act.
Like it's the Huddy versus David Dobrik, dilemma.
Yeah.
Dobrik.
Well, we see where your concerns lie. Okay. All superficial. Got it.
Is the Social Report, like everyone on this pod, is that what kind of first piqued your interest in like tech and social media?
The Social Network?
Yeah,
James, the Social Report. Come on, bro.
Yeah, what's the Social Report?
This is cinema that we're talking about. Iconic.
You're like,
films.
we love this movie. We're huge fans of it.
Huge fans.
And it's funny. The best part, Taylor, you don't know this, but we did an entire episode just on that movie, and James completely fucked up the title. Damn, give me your Pulitzer back, bro.
Yeah, no, it's we don't trust the Pulitzer after they.
Do you like that movie? Are you a fan? Because for me, and I've said this publicly a lot of times, but for me, it really is like top 5. I find it to be the defining moment, or excuse me, the defining movie of like that decade. I'm not alone in this, but it's a huge favorite of mine. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great movie. That's not what got me into tech. I mean, I had Facebook in college, like everyone just kind of had it as a user. What got me into all of this stuff was Tumblr, because like in 2009,
the greatest platform.
I followed you, Lawrence, on Tumblr. I don't know if you remember that.
What was your Tumblr? What was like the direction of your shit? And is it
First of all, I had like 80 Tumblrs. I had so many Tumblrs.
That's 79 too many Tumblrs.
Yeah.
That's 73 more than Burke's.
Yeah. She's a collector.
I was like, oh my God,
collector.
I'd make a Tumblr of everything. Like if this was 2009, I'd probably do like Birkenstockgirls.tumblr.com.
Fuck yeah, Birkenstock.tumblr.com.
That would be a good Burke fits like that. I'd follow that.
Yeah. There was like all those single serving ones, but
really?
Like very, very hyper niche specific.
Those are the kind that I had. Like I had bagels. I just reblogged pictures of bagels.
Sick. Very delicious.
A lot of stuff like that. Actually, Lawrence, I think it was your Tumblr that taught me who Nick Wooster is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because I was working at this ad agency and he would always come into the same building. I was in the Stair at Lehigh building.
Okay.
And I remember I went up to him and I was like, I know you from Tumblr.
Yeah,
and he was like, what?
I think
I get that a lot.
People
were like, badass grandpa? Very cool, dude. Like that kind of
sexy
shit.
Santa?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Sexy steezy grandpa? Tell me more. Reblog.
Nice. I took a picture of him.
The best guy.
Yeah.
Shout out Nick. Oh, you took you flicked up like a celeb?
I was just like, oh my God, it's the guy from Tumblr. And he was like, okay. And I was like, can I take a picture?
Oh my God, it's sexy grandpa from Tumblr. That's pretty hilarious. Which was your most popular Tumblr? Like which one caught fire? If any of them did.
I had a few. It's funny because I went back to delete. I was like deleting tons of them recently. And I remember being like, I have the most viral Tumblrs in all the land. And they have like 7,000 followers.
Damn, dude. My peak for my most popular Tumblr, how to talk to girls at parties.tumblr.com, had like 150,000 followers. And I remember thinking I was like hot fucking shit. And I wonder if like, I guess there's people that are still tumbling, I guess, to this day. Obviously without porn.
Chuck and Chef, are you guys on it?
Yeah.
Or like, are you active?
Chuck
You're
is,
active on it. You're active on it. Yeah.
It's Pinterest for like for like dudes.
I've got a secret one where I could just post with no remorse.
With impunity?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're like posting
a fumbler.
posting your manifestos, etc.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time writing manifestos.
Taylor,
my most popular Tumblr peaked at around, I don't know, like 16 followers. Hilarious fleshlightreviews.tumblr.com.
Very good.
Still up. Real reviews from Amazon.
Yeah, and everyone should check that out. Taylor, have you seen, I don't know how much time you spend on IG because clearly you're in the TikTok minds putting in that hard work every single day, but there's this rise of the mood board on Tumblr, and we had a very famous... On IG, excuse me.
I wrote about that. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that that's like mood boarding clearly is something that every generation seems to, at least people that are into like aesthetics seem to like latch onto? Is there anything that like, is that translating to TikTok at all? Okay.
There's like aesthetic accounts on TikTok that just are like 90s vibes or like goth vibes or like cottage vibes. Or like it's just, that's all it is. It's
cottage
just like,
core.
Yeah, but not cottage. There's aesthetic accounts that just like post in a certain genre or whatever.
The next Jound is in our midst, and
that's the
he or she
easiest.
is somewhere on TikTok.
No, like the easiest way to get followers though is just to like make one of those accounts.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you think it's like low effort?
I think it's pretty low effort, not to shame the aesthetic TikTokers, but
All the
like,
Zood boarders out there.
yeah, literally.
I mean, it's relatively low effort no matter what the platform is, right? Because it's not.
Yeah.
You're just finding and posting the
resharing.
content.
Well, Tumblr
right? Not, like,
definitely when it was just like the reblog. I think that with Instagram, at least you got to like do
take
the
a
posting
screenshot and
yourself.
crop it.
Yeah, exactly. You
Screenshot
gotta get your crop right, which I guess some people still can't do. But
I mean, Taylor, you are incredibly very online. What is your screen time on your phone? Like, can we pull that up and take a look? Is it 24 hours?
Yeah. It is terrifying. I had to do a screen time check recently. I mean, I'm on my laptop a lot of the day too, so I'm not on my phone all the time, but, I don't even know how to get to screen time. I spend a lot of time on, screen time. What is it? I'm on my phone all day.
24 hours.
Yeah. So 24.
Just like intermittently, I guess, like I'm trying to see.
Yesterday, I got hit with 7 hours and 52 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck me!"
My daily average is 9 hours and 30
Holy shit! Are you? So how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
Can I just quickly interject? Last week or 2 weeks ago, I was at 10 hours.
Right, because you had just gotten dumped.
Yeah, I was at my low.
Yeah.
I'm at breakup levels all the time.
That's your cruising altitude is I just got my heart broken and I need to distract myself perpetually, or else I might harm myself. Who's to say? Okay.
Yeah, I am on my phone all the time. Ever since I got an iPhone, actually, on my BlackBerry, I was on a lot too. BBM.
Yeah, I mean, who wasn't, right?
Yeah. What's the longest?
The best way to communicate.
What's your personal record like on average? Like, how long can you put your phone down and just like walk away? Both for professional reasons and also just personal addiction reasons.
Well, I feel like, now that we're in like quarantine, I am on my phone all the time. Like if I'm at a party, like I'm not going to be like really? Checking my phone. I'll check it, but like, no, I feel like I'm like a normal person about it. You know what I mean? I'm not like, I don't know. I can definitely put my phone down on occasion, but now there's just no reason to put your phone down because there's nothing going on.
Yeah. No judgments.
Yeah, none. Not from, we don't fucking kink shame.
Chuck's on his phone right now.
This is a judgment. We are in the judgment free zone. The only podcast that matters.
Yeah, I don't know, but wait, was I just about to say something about screen time? I don't know, but I'm on my phone all the time too. I can't wait until we can have phones kind of like implanted in our eyeballs.
You want the chip. You're like, give me the chip. Give me the fucking chip.
One time I interviewed at Wall Street Journal and I was like in the final rounds for this interview and I was interviewing like with the like editor in chief or something. And he asked me something and I said something about how I wanted a phone in my brain. And he was like, I don't think anyone that covers technology has ever said anything like that to me before.
Like, what's your greatest weakness? Probably that I'm not half woman, half machine yet. Probably that would be.
Like,
Speak of Cyborg would be pretty sick. Tim Cook,
for sure.
Tim Cook, pick up the fucking work, bro.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
You're very in it. Like that is without a doubt. And, a phenomenon that's kind of been covered extensively is that all these Facebook content moderators who are outsourced to third parties because, Facebook doesn't want the liability. They've gone in too deep and they've either like experienced PTSD from watching horrible, horrible videos that are posted and spread across Facebook constantly. And, or they start believing the real nutty conspiracy theories that they've been tracking all day. Has this ever happened to you? Like, have you ever kind of like looked up from your phone and just be like, wait a second, like, whether it's a conspiracy or you just like kind of realize that like you just start like dancing down the street,
When's the last time you lost the fucking plot? I think is what I was trying to ask.
I definitely think that spending so much time like seeing stuff online, I'm sure you guys have this too. Like when you spend a certain amount of time, whether it's like Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, you just start to think that everything, like everyone else has those references. You know what I mean? So I definitely think like sometimes I'll want to make a joke and be like, that's not really funny because no one else would know what I'm talking about, referencing some niche Instagram account or something.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean, thank God I'm not looking at bad stuff. I've seen a lot of like gore and like bad stuff on Instagram and I don't know. I just try to put it out.
I don't even mean like that extreme, but like, when you're for TikTok, especially in the beginning, before you kind of develop your like algo, it's all just hot people. And so you're just like for me, it's like, oh fuck, like I'm not attractive enough, or I'm not, I only have one ab. I need like 19 of them.
Like one ab for every.
It just kind of like morphs reality because it's a non-reality.
Yeah. My big thing recently is I definitely feel like when I found Tumblr, it was this like place that was like the first place that I felt like I could like really be myself, was like on the internet. And now, just in the past year, I don't feel like that anymore. I think like the internet has gotten like really weird and toxic, and like it's not like, oh, I wouldn't post, like, it's just like, it's too stressful to be online all the time, I guess. And so I kind of have been like scaling back.
Why do you
only
think
9 hours?
If you had to speculate like why things have gone awry, so like generally speaking, like do you like, what is the reasoning, or have you even speculated?
Yeah, I mean, I think that for so long I did what I do now, but nobody knew who I was, and nobody expected anything or like had a perception of me.
Right.
And now I feel like there's this perception, like I have like a public persona, and I just don't really like that. I think that's the main issue.
That's not why you got in the game versus like James and myself, like just pure unbridled narcissists who that's all we want is the recognition, you know?
Yeah. The narcissism is constant. What's changed is the TikTok hair, right?
Yeah.
What changes the cut.
It's more like I don't want to deal with like all of the wacko stuff that comes along with it. Like, of course I love people like recognizing my work, but I just don't like the like.
You want to be recognized for the work that you put out and your contributions that you make, like in a journalistic sense, not like anything that has to do with who you are. So anything outside of your name, right? I guess.
Yeah. Or like my bad tweets or whatever. I mean, I haven't done any really bad tweets, but just dumb shit that I've done.
Did you go back and like delete some stuff? Did you ever do like a little like
I've always deleted my tweets, but I mean, I know that I've never tweeted like, you know, the stuff that people find of like, oh, she tweeted like the N-word or something.
Right.
Like I remember a girl in my middle school said the N-word, and that was so unacceptable in middle school. So sometimes I see these kids now and I'm just like, that was not 2012. It wasn't cool.
You get some better people around you. You know what I'm saying? If you're out
do you think
doing
that
that kind of shit,
internet has like gotten more extreme and toxic recently because like is the tipping point that people have spent enough time now in this digital world that it's doubled down, it's on their confirmation bias, and like whatever kind of like germination of a weird idea they had, it has been so confirmed over and over and over and over that they now believe it's real. And is it just like a matter of time of how much time these maybe mentally not so stable people spent online?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I think so. That's probably
because like modern social media has been around for what, like 15 years, like Facebook, like 04.
So it's going to get worse is what we're saying. Before it gets better. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about getting better. So we're obviously on lockdown right now, quarantine. You've been wearing only one of your 7 pairs of Birks around the house. What's the first thing you're going to do, Taylor? Let's say, you know, COVID ends tomorrow, quarantine's over. Everyone decides to take the vaccine, which is a fucking miracle. What's the first thing you're doing first day out?
I want to go to like a party. Like I want to like be around people. Like I want to
go to one of Jake Paul's soirees.
Literally. Okay. Not Jake Paul, but like that level of party.
You want to go to
like,
a rager.
I want to like go out. Like I feel like it's been so long since I've like gone out.
We'll invite you to the next Throwing Fits corporate retreat because we get after it.
I just want to go out. I just like miss seeing friends, and like I'll never take it for granted again. But I think it's gonna not be till like 2025. So
maybe like when you're out to dinner with your friends, like you'll put your phone down for 5 minutes, Taylor.
Yeah. Okay. I'll set it on the table to vlog.
Yeah.
Are the parties at TikTok houses like, are they like Project X level fucking levels of like debauchery and excess?
No, it's just, well, I would not want to go to any of those parties, by the way. They're all like COVID parties too now. And I just don't want to party with a bunch of like young people, really. Because it's like they're at that age where it's like college level, where it's like they're just pushing the boundaries so hard.
I absolutely, by the way, can I say, I want to be invited. I want to put that on record right now. Please invite me.
I told Taylor, one of my friends, one of my friends was talking about that. They were like, I just want to get invited to the Hype House. And I was like, why? It's like, you guys are cloud chasers. So you would.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 billion %.
I also just want to say though, that I'm so happy that like social media or like camera phones didn't exist during the times that we were in college.
I guess I'm glad there weren't camera phones in college, but I had my digital camera and I used to take all these photos and then make Facebook albums of it that had like the dumbest names.
I think we're all around the same age. Like I remember when Facebook photos like launched and it was like fucking mind blowing, right?
Yeah.
Yo, who tagged me from that fucking lit shindig last night or whatever?
Lit wasn't even a word. Lit was not even a word.
No.
That's super. I don't even know.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Well, Taylor, that kind of wraps up the first topic of this podcast, which is ourselves. On to the second topic, which is, slightly less important, but just as maybe, which is money.
Ka-ching.
This used to be a very gauche, very gotcha question, but in modern times, it's all about, transparency so that people understand whether they're being taken advantage of, whether they're, maybe they're leveraging their privilege, maybe they're not. How much money do you make?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't want to.
The New York Times fucking pays.
Yeah,
not
if they're
as
known
much
for
as
anything, it's being failing and then paying people a fair and living wage.
I know. Well, the thing is that we're in a guild. We're in like a contract with our union, and
how medieval.
I'm nervous to kind of like say that publicly and like kind of screw with things.
Sure, that's fine.
You get kicked out the guild.
Yeah, dude. God forbid.
But I will say,
gone from the guild, ye.
It's more like but it is funny because I made not a lot of money. I mean, I basically took a 70% pay cut when I decided to become a writer 3 years ago, full time.
Brutal.
I always had two jobs though. I always had my main job and then my side job. So when I was a social media editor, I was working 20 hours a week writing on top of it.
Damn.
And I also was working retail on the weekends for 6 years. And
you had 8 tumblers.
I did try to monetize my Tumblrs unsuccessfully, but I did sell some Instagram accounts at some point.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Bagels.
What were the handles?
Prince Baby George. I was in all those Kick groups. Like, do you guys remember Kick?
Yeah.
That was like what people used to sell handles, and I would like post stuff around like the royal family and like back when that was the thing, and then get them to like 10,000 and then sell them.
Wait, so you flipped the Prince Baby George account?
So Prince
for, like,
Baby
bread?
George was like my most successful one. I got like, I don't know, I didn't get that much for it. I got like, I don't know, a couple $100 or something. Maybe max.
Okay, that's super not.
That's the value of a baby's life.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like, I mean, for the amount of work that I put into it. And
you're just squatters' rights,
Yeah.
How much money?
Yeah. I also did a bunch of other side jobs. Like I registered with a lot of temp agencies and I temped.
And this was all in the hopes that you would one day make it as a full-time writer?
Yeah. I mean, I just was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I feel like taking as many jobs as possible was like a good way to figure that out.
That's true.
I wanted to be a writer, but it's true. I never thought I could be a full-time writer. I tried to get hired as a writer so many places and they didn't hire me as a writer.
Well, who's fucking laughing now?
Yeah.
Washington Post.
It was fine.
Fucking idiots at the Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, and every other place
No, it was BuzzFeed. I interviewed at BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed. 10 reasons why you're not getting this job.
It was fine. But I was always trying to get a job writing about YouTubers, and ultimately that there wasn't an audience for that until like 2017.
Who's your all-time favorite YouTuber?
Yeah, I used to like Joey Graceffa. Do you guys know him? He was like popular back in the day, but recently it came out that he did a blackface video with Shane Dawson. So
you hate to see it. Oh, well,
but
obviously
I'm
Shane
telling
Dawson's
you, in 2012,
the worst, right?
I was a really big Joey Graceffa fan. And now I'm into like ASMR YouTube actually.
What percentage of famous YouTubers have done blackface? Like 85?
How high can we go?
Why do so many, it's crazy, especially the early YouTubers. I was like, I watched so much YouTube in 2010 and I'm just like, was it all this problematic?
All of them are canceled. Yeah, I mean, if I had to speculate, it's like, the kind of people that, gravitate to that platform, they are big fans of pomp and circumstance, and sometimes that comes with putting shoe polish on your face, I guess. What are you going to do?
Maybe it was a makeup tutorial gone wrong, but probably not. It's probably just their own internal
probably just racism, yeah.
How much money would you like to make? Like, if you had to put a figure on it, obviously, not everyone wants to make fucking $200 billion like Bezos, but like,
what? I have to pay off my medical debt. This is the main thing. I ended up in the emergency room 2 years ago, or not even 2 years ago, a year ago, but I had insurance And it doesn't matter if you have insurance, because I was actually unconscious. And I've discovered that a big problem that happens is that they charge you when you're unconscious. So I couldn't describe my symptoms, couldn't give my insurance card. They sent all my labs to out of networks, whatever. Basically, the healthcare system is insane, and all these people.
Not very fucking sick of them, if you had to ask me.
Is there like Medicare for all TikTok?
Ooh.
There should be. There's like liberal TikTok.
There should also just be Medicare for all people. Like, we should also
have healthcare coverage so that 50% of my salary.
That would be cool.
Help paying.
Yeah, Lawrence and I are paying out of pocket right now. It is trash.
That shit is big garbaggio.
Yeah,
not fun.
And it doesn't even cover you. But,
what do you like to spend your money on? Obviously partying, right?
Yeah. Birkenstocks and Birkenstocks. Yeah.
Birkenstocks, my medical bills. No, it's usually
in a pre-COVID world.
In a pre-COVID world, I spend a lot of money on what do I spend my money on? Food,
cell phone data.
It's just the dumbest stuff. I love decorating. I mean, I'm always redecorating my apartments and stuff.
So you're interior design is your passion?
I always wanted to be an interior designer when I was growing up, because my dad worked at a construction company, and we would go spend so much time in these job sites, and I would always envision what I could do with certain spaces. So I love to redecorate. I always redecorate my apartment.
So is that you spending blowing a bag on furniture, or is it
a new thing? I mean, it's furniture from Target. I'm not exactly buying the most.
You're not going to Herman Miller and
No.
Herman Miller being Lawrence's idea of aspirational interior.
I'm just saying it's expensive.
What how do you define your personal interior style? Is it maximalist,
Target,
minimalist? Yeah,
Target.
Yeah, I love Target. I mean, it's more just I like doing a fun project, and so I'll maybe be okay, I'm going to spend $500 and redo my bedroom or something, and just buy it.
Is that why you tried to get a job at BuzzFeed? They have a whole crafts channel.
Yeah, I know, right? BuzzFeed. Yeah, what's it called? I know what you're talking about.
It's not Handy, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
No, I wanted to write about YouTubers. All I ever wanted to do was write about YouTubers. I was such a big YouTube fan, and so I just wanted to write about that stuff.
Did you ever launch, because obviously you talked about being big on Tumblr, did you ever try your hand at vlogging?
I did.
Ooh, let's go into that a little bit.
I know they're gone from the internet.
Oh, they're deleted.
I feel safe to talk about them.
That was close. Yeah.
My friends and I made a few videos of
day in the life shit, or
just stupid stuff, we're going to the park or whatever.
Sick. Is vlogging, because there have been, obviously we're on Patreon, and that's a huge way that we fund this operation, and we have tiers for different things. The most basic is you're getting the second podcast, and we're thinking about getting more in the video game, and a dude recommended that we start vlogging, we live any kind of cool lives whatsoever, which we don't. But
here's a vlog of me making a TikTok.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'm gonna go take a nap,
that real good BTS. Yeah. But is vlogging still a big thing, or do people not have attention spans for that?
No, vlogging's still a thing. I think all these TikTokers are huge YouTubers now. So.
Oh, okay.
So it's a thing, but I do think that there's more commentary on YouTube now. So it's not just the vlogs. It's hey, here's my take on the day's news or whatever.
It's podcasting with video.
Yeah, literally.
There's vlog style TikToks where it's day in the life of, and it's
Charlie was doing those for a
at
while.
7 a.m. I wake up and I drink a gallon of water with lemon, and then I journal, and then I meditate, and then I eat a fucking breakfast of oats and avocado.
Here's a day in the life of me as a marketing manager. First, I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I hate those.
Yeah, that's pretty insufferable for sure.
But YouTube is too much work. It's you have to
That's the thing, right? To make your own video when you have the tools on TikTok, I guess it's just such a higher barrier of entry, and it just takes more time.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the third and final topic of this podcast, which is meats and cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
You are booed up. What does your boyfriend think of your job and what you have to cover on your beat?
Yeah. Does he give a shit?
I don't think he gives a shit about my stories necessarily. Maybe he does. He definitely cares about tech a little bit, I guess you could say. So I think he's interested, but isn't that interested. Isn't I don't know. Did you guys see that story about media thirst guys?
Yes, we did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we have our own. We have podcast thirst guys, which is a form of media. So
yeah. Podcast. That's true. You guys probably have your own.
Do you think that you have been brought up on a first date, and how do you think that went?
I feel like people definitely like shit talked me over a date or something. I feel like in my soul that like maybe
like two people in Silicon Valley. Did you see what that fucking
and
wrote about?
Yeah,
I meant like more like, have any of your friends been on a date and somehow you've gotten brought up because like that person was aware of the connection and is like wants to know about you?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm like at that like famous level, but maybe not. I don't think so. No, my friends have never told me if so.
Okay.
My friend did tell me that some guy was talking shit about me once at a party. That's kind of the closest.
Really?
Oh, really?
Why was he talking shit?
I was like, who is it? And then I was like,
I'm gonna fuck his ass up.
She took a creep.
He's got no followers.
I was like, I don't know.
Oh, you didn't even know? Of course, because that's the thing. It's like he doesn't.
I don't think about you at all.
Yeah. Boom. Yep. Don Draper.
But I did. I did like. I don't know. I think it's good to like date someone that like understands and respects your like what you do.
But isn't like completely as neck deep. Right. Yeah. Because you talked about how like making jokes that are like references to Twitter and different accounts and shit. And like, that's pretty much what the online thirst guy shit is about, where it's like trying to prod to make sure you're familiar and then just wow you with his fucking knowledge about whatever the fucking media discourse is that day.
Yeah.
When I was single, like maybe I wasn't like, I didn't have enough clout in media yet for people to like care, I guess. Cause I never like found those guys on the apps. I always just found like lame guys.
Speaking of clout, is your boyfriend butthurt that like you have way more clout than him?
He's not even on the internet. He's like,
oh, so you can't even flex on your own. What's the point of being in a relationship if you can't even flex on your significant other?
How many followers does he have?
Yeah.
Like 100 or something.
What a fucking loser.
He just does his own thing. That's fine. I need to be I need to have the more, I like to be how they always say like one person in the relationship is hotter. Like I have the more following. That's fine.
Clearly.
I don't want to be competing. I do check to see if I have more followers than my ex sometimes. And I still do. When I surpassed him.
Oh,
I just like, it's so petty, but like.
No, go off, queen, please.
He was like so, like he got on like Wired's like best Twitter or something at some point, and it annoyed me so much because in my heart I was like, my tweets are better than this guy.
All right, well, if you want, we can activate the Throw Gang sleeper cells to make sure that your now dead defunct podcast gets back to 5 stars, and 2, your ex gets fucking ratioed on every single.
We'll put a hex. We'll put the Throw Gang. We'll put a hex on your ex.
I just wanted to get more than him, and I have.
Yeah, you won.
So you have. You won. It's over.
You won.
It's over.
Stop it. He's dead. He's getting his ass.
You don't get to 500,000 TikTok followers without making a few enemies. That's from the Social Report.
Yeah,
a film that I like.
Call back.
Let's talk about online dating for a second. So, like, I want to, whether you do it or not, online dating is inescapable. I recently rejoined the apps. I'm mostly just,
what apps are you on now, James?
Raya, of course, and then Tinder and Hinge, and I think Bumble's racist. Bumble only serves up Asian women to me.
Interesting.
And I can report that I'm unfortunately no longer matched with Krayshawn on Raya. I know it's like a violation of like user policy to like air someone out if they're on Raya, but yeah.
I love Raya. I still have Raya, but just to like lurk. Like you can be on like the social side of it, but I just love how
we're not your boyfriend. You don't have to lie to us.
Who's the biggest celebrity you've seen on there?
Oh yeah, or that you matched with.
No, I never matched with a celebrity on Raya, but I've seen a bunch of like sports people on there before.
Oh, like athletes, I believe.
Yeah, like athletes. Like
Ron James.
Yeah.
No. But, I just love how you can see where everyone is. Like, are you on the map? Like, do you allow?
I don't think so. I just like swipe. I max out my matches, and then I just have to wait like 24 hours for like a new set.
And then it's the waiting game.
You got to check out the whole map so you can see where now it's irrelevant, but like they have the map where you can like see where every single user is at all times.
That's mad
that's
dangerous.
Crazy. That's weird.
Yeah. Can you opt out of that?
Yeah.
I mean, Snapchat has that, right? Snapchat.
Yeah.
True.
It's like Snap Maps, but for everyone on Raya. And so like you can see where everyone's at.
Isn't that just Grindr too? Like, isn't that there?
Basically.
Yeah. So even if you haven't matched with like Diplo, you can see where Diplo's at?
I mean, a lot of like the really famous people have it turned off.
No,
but not all of them do.
Not
that's
Diplo,
where I've
though.
seen the
No, not Krayshawn either.
Has swipe culture kind of how has it affected? Has it even ruined like more like organic romantic connection?
I think it's changed it, but I think it's good to like be exposed to more people and like, I don't know.
Just widening the net, right?
Yeah. Like I remember dating before, it was so hard to like meet people. I remember like after I graduated, I dumped my boyfriend the week that I graduated college because I was like,
awesome choice. Great move.
College.
Yeah. Classic.
And then I like got to New York and I was like, how do you like meet people here?
Church.
Yeah. Yep. You could join a cult. That always works. That's a surefire way.
Farmer's market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
Just
go to the park.
People.
Don't start a pod. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Don't start a podcast. Yeah, that's like a repellent. Not that this matters to you right now.
No, it's really like, okay, there's, if the thinking is like your soulmates out there, like what are the odds you run into them? Because you run into a finite number of people versus like enlarging, instead of like fishing off the pier, let's fucking trawl the oceans and kill all the toro, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, you can always just like, I made a lot of friends on Tinder. Like, I like actually, yeah. Oh my God.
A couple of my really good are they aware of that relationship?
Yes. I just like got drinks with people and we were just like, we both just like got along really well and we're friends, like never hooked up or anything. Just,
Damn, so men and women can be just friends. Okay. Yeah. You learn something new every day.
All right. Cool. All right. What about, so obviously ourselves included, so many people on social media now are just trying to like turn this into a fucking revenue stream, right? Whether it's primary, secondary, tertiary. What's the first piece of foundational advice you give to a kid who's out there looking to make a living off their social media? If they're just starting out.
If they're just starting out, well, just focus on building a really dedicated like group of followers before you try and monetize. I feel like a lot of people, like as soon as they get like 1,000 followers, they're like selling shout outs on their Instagram. It's like
shouting out to who?
Wait, other like middle schoolers. Like literally.
I mean, this is what James and I did for like 10 years to get to this point where we can make like kind of a living, right? It's a long con.
It's a long game. It's a long game. It's a long game.
Don't rush it.
Don't rush it. And also just you have to have like a dedicated audience that wants to pay, and like subscription stuff is better. Like if you can get them to do Patreon, that's better than doing brand deals.
How do you get a dedicated audience? You have to like kind of define your own lane that no one is like occupying.
Yeah. And you have to be like personality driven and like post consistently for a really long time usually.
Yeah,
you guys know that.
Cum gutters help. If you're a dude with deep cum gutters, the sexy V, that really helps.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. You don't need it. Like, I mean, James and I look like shit, but it doesn't hurt is what we're trying to say.
Everyone's getting on OnlyFans now. Everyone's getting on OnlyFans.
And if Patreon goes belly up because of this fucking lawsuit, you might find fucking throwing fits selling feet pics on OnlyFans. We have no shame.
Go.
Whatever puts fucking food in my dog's bowl. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it all.
Someone offered me $600 for feet pics and was like, I will Venmo you right now ahead of time.
Because you're Taylor Lorenz, or was this pre-fame?
No, this was like 3.5 years ago. But I think about it all the time because I was like, wait, I should have done that.
You should have, right? I mean, honestly,
$600.
If anyone is listening... If anyone's listening right now that will pay James, myself, or Chuck and Sham any amount of money to see our feet, I'll do it in 1 fucking second. DM me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you blew it.
I blew it. I could have.
You can see the regret in your eyes. Like you're having a flashback moment.
Yeah.
Like
every time I put on sandals, I'm like, I could have sold my feet pics for $600 at one point.
I'm sure you still could. And you know what?
Probably, honestly, if you put the call out, you might be able to retire early.
And that was 3 years ago.
Strategy.
That was 3 years ago, and the economy is fucking booming now, according to the stock market. So.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of putting food in our children's bowls, we have Chuck and Chef here. They've been sitting patiently. They're both big fans. And, here in 60 seconds of thirst, we're going to let them unmute themselves and turn the mic over to them. We're going to ask you anything, maybe pitch you on something, ask for recommendation, advice, whatever. The floor is theirs. Chuck, with the new fucking beautiful haircut. And is that a black Gildan tee?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 1 step forward, 1 step back. But Chuck, mic is yours.
Taylor, please correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like there's been an increase in the creation and consumption of live content since everyone's been quarantining. And I was wondering if you think that that's going to persist through like the end of quarantine, because Twitch and Instagram Live are like the only things I have to offer to this whole operation. So I'm a little concerned about my future.
That's not true.
Your job security, you're worried about it?
I feel like Instagram Live is like a thing now that people are on all the time, whereas it wasn't as much before. I don't know if it'll persist. I feel like after quarantine ends, people will probably be doing more stuff, but also this quarantine's not going to end for like 5 years. So who knows, we could have I don't think everyone's going outside again anytime soon altogether, like on a mass scale.
What do you think is
I think your job's safe.
Do you have an actual,
don't quit your day job, Chuck. Don't quit.
Do you have an actual estimation of like when you think we'll be able to kind of, I don't know, move
prediction time?
Yeah.
You want
like COVID predictions?
You want to make, yeah.
just like quarantine, like if,
Are you guys like the same? I feel like everyone that I talk to, the first thing I bring up is like, when do you think this is going to end? Like, what's going to happen?
That's definitely like the new, like, oh, the weather is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, like what?
How about them Yankees?
The vaccine. Yeah.
Today it just hit me. I had a thought. I was like, do I like quarantining in winter? And if we are still quarantined, we're still doing our pods over Zoom, so we can do this from anywhere. I'm like, do I want to fucking do we want to make the Throwing Fits house, like get a crib in LA?
I'm moving to LA. I'm moving to LA in 3 weeks. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So sorry.
Fire.
But also congratulations.
Well, yeah, that is a bummer. It is the worst city in the world.
How many brunch hats do you have?
I know. I need to get some. Well, my main thing was like, I mean, for my job, I really need to, but also, I just was like, I don't want to be cooped up in my tiny, 380 square foot apartment for another winter, working from home where I don't even have a desk, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Yeah, New York in the winter is already rough. And then when you're obviously got to be just so online for work like you do, it might be nice to have a little change of scenery.
I thought I'd be somewhere sunny. I can only, and also just that was the only other city I could really live in for work right now. So
Right.
Fair.
All right. What about Twitch though? Like, do you have any experience with Twitch? Because Chuck has been running point on our.
I did have a follow up.
Oh,
go ahead, Chuck. The floor is yours.
Do you have any intel on the Dr. Disrespect ban from Twitch?
I know. I don't.
Oh my god! You do? Oh my god! I'm gonna tell Rob Kelly. I'm gonna tell R. Kelly right now. Robert Kelly, our social media guy.
I don't know.
Wait, you have some intel on the Dr. Disrespect ban? Is that what?
No, I just know like what people are saying, but I don't.
What are people saying?
I mean, people are just sort of like speculating like about certain things that he might have done.
Oh, like okay, got it. Crimes committed?
Yeah, like potentially.
Allegedly,
like done stuff with women or something. Honestly, I don't. I just know from like I'm in like a group chat of some game people, and they kind of have their theories.
You have a gaming group chat. Do you game? You don't game?
Yeah, I play Fortnite all the time with my friends.
Yo,
yeah.
Do you want to play with Chuck?
Wait,
excuse me. I just ordered my Switch.
Oh shit! Wait,
finally came.
Wait, so do you play Warzone at all, or?
No, I literally just like, I think since quarantine started, my friend was like, you got to start playing Fortnite. And I started playing and I love it. And I stream on Twitch, or I go on his Twitch streams a bunch.
How can you do the dances?
Can you floss for us real quick?
No.
We should connect you with Chuck. So Chuck is heading up the streaming, the Twitch division of Throwing Fits Creative Agency LLC, which is an actual real company that we formed. And he has like a whole thing. You want to explain Pal Nation real quick? Maybe you can do your pitch to Taylor and get her to tap in and stream it.
No, yeah, it's just like my high school friends and I, like one of my friends just one day just said, peace and love, pal. And we just kept saying that over and over. And then we made that our client tag. Now we have like a very loving and positive community. You're always welcome.
It's really nice. It's like
it's an oasis in a sea of shit.
Yeah, it's genuinely like an enjoyable experience to like be in there and like people are like, hey, what do you have for dinner? Oh my god, that sounds delicious.
Taylor, I think like like the world of esports is kind of like toxic. So I'm kind of trying to change the whole shit. I'm trying to be
one Twitch at a time.
I love that.
I'm Dr. Respect.
You're Dr. Respect. I love that.
Yeah.
I support you.
We only shift paradigms. This program, whether it's
we see a paradigm and we fucking shift it.
Yeah, listen, we see a zeitgeist, we pop a willy on that shit. We see a paradigm, we fucking shift that shit. You know the fucking vibes. Thank you, Chuck. That was fantastic, buddy.
Yeah, Taylor, definitely tap into the next Pal stream. All right, Chef, you're up, bud.
Yo. Also, I ordered food, and my delivery person is going to show up in like less than a minute. So if I have to hop off, I'm really sorry. Did not.
Great start to the pitch already.
Yeah,
this
wow.
Is terrible. This is terrible timing. I did not have the foresight when I hit that order button. But
Wait, what did you get?
I just got some Chinese food.
Nice, hell yeah.
But anyway, I feel like TikTok almost has like a very similar trajectory to MTV. In that, like, you know, like music plays like such a big, you know, in the early days, it played such a big role in like what types of things people are creating. And now, like, there is like this whole reality like world, you know, amongst the creators and like the houses and all that kind of shit. But like thinking about like the role that music plays on the platform, do you think there's like a specific type of song or like just like specific type of music in general that creators kind of gravitate towards? Just like
definitely like I don't know. Somebody tried. I think it was like some place tried to like break apart like the TikTok hit, and also Cara Monica's like talked about this a lot. I think it's like anything with like a line, like a pop song with like a line that expresses something, or like has, I don't know, like has like lyrics that make it easy to act something out. Maybe
the 2C slide.
Yeah. Wait, I was going to say something else. I don't know. But I can't reverse engineer a TikTok hit, unfortunately.
Onomatopoeia seems to play a role. So like, or like like rapping like an action. So people like actually do that.
Right? Yeah.
And then I noticed that white women love to go like this whenever, you know, go shh whenever the N word is said in the lyrics. Is that like controversial at all?
That's like a thing you have to do so people know that you're not saying the N word. Because if you do any kind of mouth movement during that, you'll be on some T accounts tomorrow.
And this is if you're a white person.
I'm not saying that word.
Right.
Did you read the Wired cover story that came out today by the homie Jason Parham about like blackface on TikTok? And
Yeah,
just how, like,
I actually was just reading that. First of all, he's so good at...
by the way, text me back, Lawrence. So, you know, hopefully he comes on the pod soon.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, Jason fucking rocks for sure.
He's. Sometimes I read other people's stuff and I'm like, this is so good.
And he's buff as shit.
Oh, and he's so jacked too. Yeah.
But yeah, I just started reading it this afternoon. I thought the cover was really cool too. It's like all pink and.
So before I quit my job to do this full time, I worked at a music label, and it was always kind of just going off Chef's point. It was always like, all right, how do we make this go viral on TikTok? How do we make a TikTok dance happen? And like the easy way is you pay money, right,
Yes.
to like agencies who then make their fucking teenage wage slaves dance to the fucking song like the puppet masters they are. But like, are you tapped into the more like nefarious business side of TikTok? And is it all kosher? Is it kind of shady? Like what's going on there?
It is kind of shady. It's like the world of Instagram promos and stuff where it's like they're just like Venmoing random people to. I get people are always trying, because my follower amount and the fact that I'm verified. Right. People are always trying to get me to promote their songs. Always.
And you can obviously, right? That would be like you would get in trouble with the Times.
I would get like fired. Yeah, that would be horrible.
So what you're saying is it wouldn't be worth destroying your greatest dream that you are currently achieving.
Maybe if Jason Derulo comes calling, but until then.
Are they like, Taylor, do you really fuck with this DaBaby and Roddy Ricch song?
Or why have you done 17 dances?
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a personal favorite of all the songs that have like gone viral on TikTok? Do you have like a personal favorite? You're like,
gotta say the Jason Derulo Lax Siren beat one, though. It's like
I hope we have. I hope we talk about better music so we don't have to be making that the outro music. I don't want to feel forced.
No, I know. I need to think of a good TikTok song though.
TikTok put me onto that DaBaby song. It is fucking gas.
Which one?
The cop car. Yeah,
Rockstar.
that one. Who's that with? Who's the other?
Fuck a cop car.
Yeah.
With Roddy Ricch. With Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
That's a banger. I mean, we could do that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, Roddy Ricch is just like TikTok bait. Like, I just feel like everyone just loves his music.
Well, he rocks. I mean, I think that he's an example of like versus like someone like Drake, who, and everyone has mixed opinions on this podcast of Drake, but like obviously
it's just you. It's just you're the one with the.
I'm the only one who
you're the outlier
now. Yeah, I feel like he clearly like it was almost like, with great power comes great responsibility. And he like failed us by releasing that, steaming dumpster fucking fire of 2C Slide versus like, obviously Roddy Ricch is someone who makes awesome music. And if it's going to be TikTok bait, like that's a great way for like an artist like him to like be put on the radar of a lot of new people, which is awesome.
I think it's funny how Romeo and Juliet or whatever, that Taylor Swift song is so viral right now on TikTok, even though she just released this whole new album.
That's a banger though. That is a banger.
But it's like a electronic remix, right?
Oh, it is. I'm not.
Is it the OG shit? I don't know. The song I really like, which the kid actually commented on our IG, is like, "You that kid from TikTok? Yeah, and I bet your bitch watch." And then he's like, "Yo, we like made one."
You made one.
I made one about 5-inch inseams. It went, it did pretty good. It went kind of brazy on IG. And then he's like, "Yo, I made this with like Ashton, whatever." And then I was like, "Hey, thanks, man." Cool. It's sick. Speaking of music, let's get into fuck with, not fuck with.
Working title.
Still a working title 4 years later. We're not good at this. We're going to throw some categories at you. You tell us what within those categories you're fucking with and then what you're not fucking with. First up, brands, and not just fashion brands, not just, clothing brands or Birks, but like anything in the brand world. What are you fucking with right now, Taylor?
Who are you loyal to?
I mean, Spindrift still.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's your flavor?
Deny? Yeah.
What's your flavor?
Lemon, classic lemon.
Damn. Okay.
It's a classic.
I don't drink coffee.
Really?
No. And I haven't, I just only drink water all day. And, but I'm addicted to this Spindrift now. So.
You'll make it far in LA.
Yeah. It's nice that you're preparing to be like, just fall right into the culture.
I'm vegan too, so.
Oh shit.
I am going to thrive. I feel like I'm going to get so into LA culture, like in a bad way. Like
our condolences.
The health, or not the health stuff, but like I'm very into like Zen kind of.
Crystals and like spirituality. Yeah.
I could see myself like becoming susceptible to that stuff is what I'm saying. So I have to protect.
Crystal TikTok?
Yeah, Crystal Talk.
Yeah. You're gonna go to Erewhon? Get some Erewhon fits off?
Yeah. Probably. I don't know. I'm scared. I need to maintain my
You got the Birks, so.
Yeah. So besides your delicious addiction to Spindrift, what other brands are part of, Taylor's routine day in and day out?
Yeah, that's a good question. What am I into? I just sold like all my belongings because I'm moving.
Yeah. So Fightful goes west.
Yeah. No, but I just
bindle with all your Spindrift.
Literally. It's crazy. I also just got into skincare because I've been like treating my skin like shit. So I ordered.
Well, you drink a lot of water, which is like the first step, right?
The first step is skincare. Well, the thing is that I was cleansing. I'm scared to say this on the show, but I was cleansing my face with rubbing alcohol.
Yikes!
Which people
is that like the worst? That's like you tweeted about this. Is like the worst thing you can do, right? Because you're just like dehydrating it or whatever, right?
That's what people say, but like I have to tell you, I've been doing this since I was like 14, and I've always had very good skin. So
okay,
I think I might have discovered a hack.
Don't go all bragging on us.
Like witch hazel, right? Is like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
Right?
So I just ordered this stuff. I mean, it's like basically the same. All these people were hating on me, and I'm like, you use the St. Ives scrub, shampoo.
It's all just it's packaging and marketing, and the greatest scam the devil ever pulled was fucking
shampoo
care thing. Shampoo,
it was shampoo.
But I did use this stuff, or I just ordered this stuff. P50 is what it's called. So it hasn't come yet. It's some kind of like cleanser that's supposed to be great for your skin.
You are gonna thrive in LA, my friend.
Yeah. of all the belongings the aforementioned belongings that you sold, what was like the hardest thing to part with? I mean, I'm sure you kept some stuff, but what was like the one thing that you did sell that? Oh, really?
I really just like every time I move, I just like to like totally get rid of everything I own. And I did that when I moved from DC too. And I just did it again. That's why I don't own anything that expensive, because I just know I'm going to get rid of it.
Right.
The hardest thing,
the Birks come with you wherever
the Birks are.
The Birks stay on during the move.
Yeah.
Before I had Birkenstocks, I had Jack Rogers sandals. Do you guys know what those are?
Sounds like a pirate.
Yeah.
Wait, seriously? You guys, these
the
sandals.
Jolly Roger ones.
They were these like highly uncomfortable sandals, but I was addicted to them. And I also
why? If they were uncomfortable, that makes no sense.
I just liked they were comfortable. You had to wear them in a lot. You had to wear,
I'm going to Google these Warlocks real quick.
You've seen them. It's like every moron from like Connecticut has them.
Oh yeah, sure. These are the white girl twos.
They're just like, you wear them in and they're so comfortable when you wear them in. And
it's like rainbows. It's like rainbows for white women, which
It's
are
like
also
that.
rainbows though. So I'm being redundant now.
My footwear needs an upgrade.
Do you have a car? Or are you gonna
don't.
first time?
Yeah, what are you gonna cop? What kind of whip?
What whip you going
A
with?
cheap car. I think like a Toyota Camry, like a used. If I can get like a used Camry, that's.
So you're not gonna flex, is what you're saying.
No.
This is the anti.
So you're not gonna live in West Hollywood.
I kind of had a whole conversation with my boyfriend about this because I was like, I just hope we can get like a used Camry, and he was like, "What the fuck? We're going to LA. We should get like a
Tesla.
A fucking
black on
metallic
black, the Tesla.
no, just a chrome Audi.
Yeah.
No, it's so much money per month to pay for like a car and insurance and stuff. And I don't think we're going to drive that much because neither of us, I'm not commuting. So,
True.
You know, like I just kind of need something.
You got to have one, but like, because you don't want to be taking a bird scooter everywhere, but you don't need like a fucking Batmobile.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, other brands, honestly, my, Nintendo Switch.
Right.
That's the new.
Let's get negative. What brands are you not fucking with?
Yeah. Put some motherfuckers on blast real quick.
That's
Washington
a really
Post, Amazon.
good question. Amazon, I'm not fucking with in general. My friend stopped using Amazon completely, and I can't do that. It's
so hard. I mean, we've talked about this before. It's like you want to, right? You want to do the right thing, but it's so convenient.
I've really cut back on my Amazon purchases.
Well, good for you, bro.
It's like, I don't know. It really is just like, what?
Where do you get the shit?
Yes. Why are we here and where do you get shit? The two biggest questions that man has asked itself since the dawn of time.
I mean, I guess I cop like toilet paper once every 6 months and like gigantic
You and Ted Cruz.
Damn, I can't believe Ted Cruz never replied to me. But yeah.
It's hard. It's
good
hard.
for your friend.
One thing that I did take, by the way, from sorry to just go back for a second, is this Uncut Gems mug.
Oh, sick! You got was that available for purchase or was that like A24 promo? Oh,
it was cool. It was like I got
That's
off
cool.
the A24 website, but
Fire.
I loved it.
They have great merch. They really have the best merch of like any kind of.
Yeah. I actually ordered an Uncut Gems T-shirt from A24 too, but it was men's and it's gigantic.
Was it the online
ceramics for sure? Right?
Yeah.
That's sick. That's a John. Honestly, that would have been sick to wear in the fit check, but listen.
Why did I not wear that? I know. That's actually one. It's so giant. I have been wearing it around. That I'm just.
You blew it.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hate to see it.
Chuck did an interview with the Safety Bros that was lost to the vault.
Oh, yeah, we were. It was apparently I wasn't there and I didn't hear it, but we were blocked from releasing it. But it wasn't such a bad thing because apparently the podcast was horrendous. So who's to say?
But now has become like canon, right? Like it's legendary.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys interviewed them?
No,
Chuck
Chuck
did.
I did. I'm not very. I don't know. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great.
I don't know if you can tell just based on him trying to form a singular thought as simple as I am not good at interviewing people right there, but he's not.
They were not fucking with your boy.
Oh no.
One of them was like on his deathbed and was like hacking up a fucking, like maybe he had COVID actually.
Wait,
like,
Benny or Josh?
I couldn't tell which was which. They walked in, I was like, hey, you must be Ben. He's like, no, I'm Josh. I'm like, oh.
You blew it. You had the 50-50 shot and you bricked it.
Wait. Were they not nice in person to you?
No, well, it wasn't that. It's just I'm bad at. I can't. Go ahead.
What actually happened is that
Take it away.
What actually happened is that they thought so. This happened at the end of the year, right when Uncut Gems came out, and we were transitioning out of our previous network, Barstool Sports, which I don't know if you've ever been familiar with that or covered that, or you did the Caller Daddy article.
Oh yeah,
yes. Which again you blew by another missed opportunity.
I don't even. I'll never live it down. I know.
But
we're the only ones that ever made it out alive.
Their publicist thought that it was going on the Barstool network, which
well, no, not there. It was. To be fair, it wasn't their publicist, and it wasn't. It was like the independent third party. Nothing to do with A24 or the Safdies, who are very.
So they were like, "Hey, we need to spike this because I approved this, thinking it was going to go on Barstool, which has like a huge network and huge social following, and I can just like put that in my bullshit press clipping, whatever. Even though you guys don't get the support of Barstool Sports on socials. But don't worry, we'll make you right by like, giving you access to the next shit. And haven't heard from him since.
Wait, I would have been like, no, it's not your decision to spike something.
Well, to be fair,
we wanted to preserve the
They're
relationship.
so cool too.
we wanted to preserve the relationship with like him and because he does all of like A24's PR, and then also like I was like, it wouldn't really be a bad thing if we killed this.
Yeah. And the best part too is that they ended up going back to Barstool and like doing the actual like movie podcast that exists on Barstool. So like they went back into the belly of the beast. But it was a bummer because like we were definitely, that content was technically like owned by Barstool, but we were going to take it and put it on Patreon, and then we kind of like were like, it's not worth destroying the relationship with this fucking guy
with multiple parties.
Yeah.
What other brands are you not fucking with?
Yeah.
Other brands are not Madewell. I used to buy a lot of Madewell, and it's honestly crap now.
Just like the quality or the aesthetic.
Make Madewell great again.
Yeah, nice. Madewell, I'm over it. Everlane, I'm over it. I'm just thinking of clothing
fucking
brands.
Union Busters.
Yeah.
They're bad. I mean, my colleague wrote a whole piece on them that I read, and I was like, this company.
What do you think about J. Crew filing for bankruptcy?
I think end of an era buy, like, I don't know. I haven't been to J. Crew in so long, but like Madewell, I used to buy a lot.
Yeah, right. I guess that's what made me think of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I know. I don't know. I'm getting into like Depop now. So.
Oh, okay.
Vintage sustainability.
I've been
Again, very LA.
Yeah. I've been selling stuff on Depop too.
Yeah. All of your belongings. You were very clear about that.
Like, I just like wanted to get rid of everything, but I also have so many clothes, and I'm like, I guess I'm never going in public again. So I should sell some of
It's over. It's a wrap.
Vintage and thrifting is huge on TikTok.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
I believe there was an ad read at the top of this episode for a little partnership that we have with Grail.com, which is a great way to cop Johns and save the planet, which is two things that we're all about on this program. So
Grail is like where all the cool stuff is, I feel like.
Absolutely. And the coolest stuff James and I are putting together actually in a hand-picked artisanal curated collection of all the best shit for all of our listeners.
Made on Earth.
Yeah. Damn, that was a fucking free ad. Damn. Okay. It is what it is.
It was also reminded that we had to cut that ad later.
Yes, we do.
What about music, Taylor? What's getting you through these tough times?
Yeah.
Through the
T-Swizz
holes.
I have been listening to folklore.
It's so good. What's your favorite song?
I like the one that, I'm going to see which one I saved it. The Bon Iver one or whatever.
Oh, the duet.
Yeah.
The bandana boy.
Yeah.
With Lorenz.
Again, a very cool look that a lot of guys, regardless of the healthiness of their hairline, are kind of gravitating towards. I think it might even hit TikTok eventually.
Yeah.
It's actually, you definitely see dudes on TikTok wearing it, but it's not to cover up hairlines or anything. It's more like, I'm a quirky guy. Like this is
it's like down here, but then the hair flops.
Yeah, exactly. I could do that. I could get it. We can,
oh my God.
That's it. Oh my God.
Literally
like a screenshot.
Literally it.
Yeah, it's cool. I can, listen, again, I'm a very versatile guy. I'm a triple, quadruple threat,
It's like David Foster Wallace, but also like,
but also old. I guess he was kind of old,
but alive. David Foster Wallace, but alive.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the God. Oh wait. So the favorite song was the duet. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. I like that one.
Also not good enough to be the outro music. So maybe we'll keep fishing. Anything. So what else?
Dixie D'Amelio, Be Happy.
Was she a huge TikTok star that is now trying to launch music? No.
Yes.
Is it good?
Oh,
and I never will.
God.
Smash?
Oh my God. I actually liked it. I tweeted that I liked it, and like her publicist immediately faved it. I was like, wow.
What's the genre?
It's
the genre.
It's
rap.
Like pop. It's just very like, I'm a TikToker that is trying to become pop.
Is
like
it popping? Is it popping on TikTok?
Yeah. It's got to be, right? Oh, no? Damn, that's kind of a bad look.
Her sister did a TikTok. Charlie made the TikTok. Everyone was making fun of it. But
because she felt like obligated to support the homies, her sister.
The blood homies.
Yeah.
What's the song where it's like Addison Rae, I need a bad bitch like Addison Rae? And
yes, that's
Addison Rae's like, I need a bad bleep.
I need a bad bleep, and she's like, I like this song because I am Addison Rae.
Thank you for clarifying.
No, that's what she said.
LSU.
No, I know. I'm saying
education.
I'm saying thank you to her for clarifying. Not to you.
Did you guys see the TikTok she made of her knocking back on the door to LSU?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Which I didn't understand until I read your article on TikTokers being big mad. Basically, they all thought TikTok was going to go belly up. And so she's like, yo, LSU, let me back in.
Yeah. I like how they shot the TikToker and made him stand on top of a mailbox. they're like, we got to get a shot of Curtis Newbill, whatever. For this article they like to shoot. And then I was like, can't wait to see the pics. How did they shoot this guy? And he's just standing on top of a mailbox in the middle of LA, like looking.
It's a statement on the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah.
It's a silent protest.
I was like, okay. But I need new music. I was really obsessed with Hype Machine. Do you guys know that app? Like,
yeah.
So
that was good.
It's still around. It's just, I feel like I haven't been on it that much, but that's like where I discover all of the new music.
What about music you're not fucking with? Like, especially stuff like, I don't know if you're familiar with this artist, PP Cocaine. She's like the little like Lolita goth girl who has all the fucking rap that's like really explicit. But in like a very like baby, she like raps in like a white girl baby voice. PP Cocaine.
Wait,
what?
No.
She's on TikTok, clearly?
Like a lot of dance surgery shit, and she's like, hold me down by my throat and fuck me in the butt. Like,
Lord.
Like it's kind of disturbing. But she definitely has some fucking juice on the talk for sure.
Oh, I gotta listen. I mean, you know what was kind of weird is that like Belle Delphine came back and like made that song and then like kind of disappeared again. I haven't heard anything from her.
She's taking baths. She needs to sell some water.
She like came back and then I don't know, but no, I haven't heard of that. I got to listen to it. That sounds really good.
Thanks for the recommendation, Gene, for Taylor and all the listeners at home of the bangers from PP Cocaine.
PP Cocaine, check her out. Fuck Hype Machine. What about film and TV when you're not staring at your phone, when you're not staring at the bad screen and you're staring at the good screen?
Yeah.
What are you putting into the ears or the front of the face?
I mean, obviously, I love Uncut Gems out on Netflix now.
Yes.
I watched the show Safe on Netflix. Have you guys seen that? It's like a thriller. It's pretty good.
One season or?
Yeah, just one season. Yeah.
Is it Netflix original or is it from another network?
I think it's like a Netflix original, but it's really good.
Yeah, give us the high level synopsis.
Yeah, it's about this like gated community and this like murder that happens there. And you sort of like slowly find out about like everyone in the gated community's like, drama. And you're like, who did it? But then there's also all these other crimes that come up. And
it's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, no, but it's like a thriller.
Okay.
Obviously Selling Sunset. You guys watching that?
I have not been able to get into it. I'm a big fan of $1 Million Listing New York and LA. And I think if you want to consult with the homie Josh Altman, I can put you guys in touch if you're looking to buy a crib. He randomly emailed me.
Wait, really?
I'm like 6 years ago. Oh, 6 years ago, or even longer, like they came into the complex office and we did a photo shoot and ended up not running it. But he's like, hey, bro, you ever need a crib? Here's my fucking card. And then he somehow still found my email and emailed me. He's like, yeah, man, if you ever need the Altman Bros got you, bro. I'm like, all right, thanks, Josh.
What a guy. What a cool dude.
Selling Sunset, there's not as much like, I don't know that the women are as proficient in real estate. It's mostly just about their like personal dramas with each other.
Are you a reality junkie at all? Like we love Bravo. We're big Bravo boys.
I love Bravo, obviously.
What are your shows?
What do you watch?
Well, I mean, I've watched the Real Housewives of New York, Beverly Hills. And those were like the main ones that I've watched. New Jersey.
Right. So you're a Housewife fan versus
I like Housewife.
Vanderpump or Southern
I've watched Vanderpump. I watched all of Vanderpump, not the most recent season.
You haven't? Because I guess the big thing that we're trying to figure out is like how has Vanderpump jumped the shark, or like do we have maybe one season left before that shit is
probably not,
cooked?
because they all got canceled.
Yeah, they've all been canceled.
Oh well, actually, yeah, that's right. Fucking Stassi and Kristen. All right,
like called the police on their and Jax is always horrible.
And they're just a complete fucking monster. Though I guess like our whole thing on this show is that Summer House was like the new GOAT Bravo show. So
yes,
Summer House. One of the guys in Summer House was in my boyfriend's frat in college. My boyfriend in college is Kyle Cook.
Oh, Kyle did our
Loverboy
podcast.
himself.
Kyle did the previous podcast endeavor that shall not be named. He rocked. I mean, the episode is ridiculous.
Last summer, he threw a frat. He was like turning 37. He's like, I want a fratty party. Let's do toga.
Damn.
Yeah. He was like, I think he was like a senior when my boyfriend was a freshman, and I was still like Facebook friends with him. And I was like, went after the show kicked off and I was like, holy shit, it's Kyle Cook. We're all talking about it and stuff. And then I looked and he had unfriended.
Oh no.
Did he haze, as a senior, did he haze your freshman boyfriend?
Yeah, he must have.
Oh, damn.
but my boyfriend kind of
So
sucks.
you guys are
The
Eskimo
dark
bros.
side
You guys are
of
Eskimo bros.
Loverboy.
I think I love Summer House though.
Show.
That was a great show. I'm really into Selling Sunset now. That's like my new thing because it's coming out again August 7th, I think.
It's cool. It's cool they can curse on Netflix reality.
Yeah, that is dope for sure.
Yeah.
Love
What about any movies besides Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
Any Zoolies?
No.
What was the last movie you saw in theaters before Quar?
That's a really good question. It might have been Uncut Gems because I saw it not that long ago. I saw it like last winter or whenever. When did I see it? I don't know.
In December, I think.
I think I saw it like around then. I don't really see movies in theaters ever that often. I pretty much only watch horror movies. Like I love horror movies.
What's like the Mount Rushmore of horror movies for you?
I made this I made this like whole horror spreadsheet of like movie recommendations that I spent a long time on. I'm actually going to just drop it in the chat so you guys can see it.
Who did you make this for necessarily?
I made it as part of this like New York Times project, but also just for fun.
This is fucking intense. Dude.
Yeah, you have to wait for all the images to load.
Jeez.
What the fuck? This is amazing.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on it.
Whoa!
But I put all my recommendations on here.
Wow, there's so much. So you literally love this.
I've seen every horror movie ever made. I think. I mean, I don't know a horror movie that I haven't seen. I watch like at least 3, sometimes 4 or 5 horror movies a week. Like every night I watch horror before I go to bed.
Do you get scared?
Shudder.
Yeah.
No, I like the feeling of being scared. So I think that's why I like horror.
That's why you're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
That's why you report on tech.
Is this like and your boyfriend loves horror movies too, or did like you've shared your love with him, or are you guys both fans? Like how'd that work?
He's the only person I've ever dated that also will watch the level of horror that I watch. But what
does that mean? Like the amount or like this
amount.
So scary?
No. Like, no, it's more just like other guys that I've dated are like, why are you watching another horror movie? And he's like, he's cool.
Can we please watch a comedy?
Yeah.
He just usually lets me watch the horror, but he watches a lot.
So I'm seeing like a lot of bangers on here. Like The Witch was awesome. And obviously
so good.
Summer and I'm seeing like The Shining. Obviously I'm a huge Kubrick guy. I've talked about this in the pod before. What are the 4 unranked, just like that if someone wanted to like get into the twisted mind of Taylor Lorenz.
Black Phillip.
Yeah, shout out my boy Black Phillip, dude. The goat. Yeah, the goat. The fucking goat. Wow, dude, really good. That's an A24 movie, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, you know what's such a good movie? Oh, that you can't watch, but it's there's this documentary on Netflix that my friend made. Hold on, I'm going to see if you can watch it. It's called Some Kind of Heaven. Honestly, it's so good. It's a documentary about this, like The Villages, which is this like nursing
in Florida.
In Florida. He like basically lived at The Villages for 2 years and made this incredible documentary about these people and their lives. It's called Some Kind of Heaven.
Wait, I need to watch this.
I'm obsessed. For streaming.
I'm obsessed with this retirement community because they're all like swingers.
Yes, you have to watch this.
This was the Trump. This was the viral thing of the people in the golf carts, the Villages. Right. This is where it took place.
Well, Trump has probably torn them asunder, but
he did literally. That was the whole point of like.
Other than that, they're just golfing and drinking, and I guess I mean Taylor, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a big BuzzFeed article on it, and I remember if you swing, you put a shower loofah on the antenna of your golf cart, and that shows people that you fucking are down to clown.
That you fuck.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I think like that BuzzFeed article was great, but the documentary is so good because you just realize that these people are just like, they're just like regular people. Like you think these old people are going to be so mature and have their life together. And
no, clearly
also trash.
Yeah. They're also pieces of shit. Wait, so can we get
they're also like amazing and heartfelt, like good people in there too. But yeah, I mean, at one point, one of them gets busted for drugs and it's
nice. Very cool.
Some kind of heaven.
Drugs cool at any age. That's really the message here. But so what are the best horror movies for people to dive in?
Yeah. So anyway, that's not a horror movie, but I just had to shout it out because it's literally one of my all-time favorite movies.
And it's your homie.
It's just a great movie. The Witch is definitely one of my favorite. I'm just looking at this list.
I was at Sundance and went to an IndieWire party, and Anya Taylor-Joy was there like right after it debuted, and people were fucking like loving it, and then obviously became this huge phenomenon. She was very cool.
Yeah, That's cool.
Yep, that's it.
Good story.
Yeah, so like I did coke with Black Phillip at Sundance. Like,
Black Phillip, you want some of this white Phillip?
White Phillip. Okay, so we got The Witch. That's a banger. That's like a pretty recent one.
The Vivitch.
The Vivitch.
Yeah.
The Vivitch.
I mean, Blair Witch Project is always a classic.
Talk about a paradigm shifter.
Yeah, for real.
So
dude.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked VHS. I'm just looking at my list of also like found footage kind of stuff. And then
is that like the best genre? Like that's when you get the most scared is found footage.
No, I just kind of like it because I sometimes make horror movies with my boyfriend. And
really? Where can we watch those on TikTok?
No, they're not online. But I just like it makes me think that I could make a horror movie and watch this.
Make a horror movie. You're going to be in LA.
I want if I wasn't a journalist, I would try to work for like Blumhouse.
Listen, Taylor, we are signed to WME. We can put you in touch with the right people without breaking or compromising your journalistic integrity. And then when it's time to break that journalistic integrity, then you quit your job, make us EPs, just do glory titles, break us off some, and then you're good.
Yeah. I want that EP. That EP is that's the dream, dude. That's
not the EP, not the EP that does work, like the EP that doesn't.
No, that does nothing.
No,
like how Brad Pitt's like an EP,
Yeah.
Or wait, like what's her face? Lala's man's Randall. That's yeah. I want to do that.
Lofty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another good movie that's very underrated is It Follows. Did you guys ever see that?
No, but I'm familiar. That's the STD one.
Yeah, it's like kind of like that. It's like whoever you have sex with, like there's this monster that just kind of like slowly walks until they find you and kill you.
Was it? It was a graphic novel.
I don't know if it was before the movie, but it's a good movie. It's kind of weird.
I think that you can stream. That's definitely on like Amazon or something.
Yeah,
because I've definitely seen it recently. Trolling for flicks.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie Cam?
No.
Came out. I saw it at the Brooklyn Horror Fest last year. It's really good. It came out on Netflix, but it's like kind of like an independent type movie too. But it's about this cam girl that gets haunted, basically.
Oh no, I saw a cam girl, like a horror cam girl movie. It might have been a smut film. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
It was like I think it was more of like a murder, like a murder thriller than like a haunted, supernatural type thing.
Yeah. It's creepy. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like haunted. It's good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
The OG or the remake?
The original. The original.
Nice. Little Leatherface shout out.
So good. Yeah. But yeah, those are my mains, but everything, right. Everything on this.
All great recommendations for any of the listeners at home that are looking for a spooky treat.
What about film and TV? Maybe that's popular that people are really fucking with that you are just like, not for me. I'm not fucking with this.
Can't stand it.
Have you guys been following the backlash against Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah.
He like bites his lip and shit.
Yeah. And all these like, oh my God, Lawrence, you're doing it. It's terrifying.
With the bandana too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's corny. That's just
corny.
Like,
But that was a big thing. I think you wrote about this on TikTok, right? Or you retweeted an article about it, like
I tweeted about it.
Yeah.
I tweeted about it, and then somebody thought I wrote about it and like tweeted about blocking me over it for my irresponsible piece. And I was like, bitch, I didn't write that. I just tweeted it.
Peep the byline, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Does like, okay, I have not seen Hamilton. Will I eventually? Maybe, but like, I don't know. Is it like bars? Like like what are we talking about here? Like people love it. I guess people do love it that much, right? Yeah.
People love it so much. I haven't seen it either, but like I don't know why.
But it's bad.
I just kind of like have no interest in it. And
right. Absolutely none. People love the music. They're like, oh, maybe rap is good.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, yo, you think rap is good? Go listen to PP Cocaine. Then rap is fucking banging.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys listen? Do you know 100 Gex?
Of course.
Yeah. A lot of Gex. Chuck I don't know if you saw this, but Chuck just instantly unmuted his mic.
Wait, so are you saying? Are you a fan of Gex?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know.
Well, I like them. So basically, like I follow some like music kids, these like kids that make beats, because I quoted one of them for a story a while ago, and because he made the OK Boomer remix, and
Nico Lurk.
And anyway, like they're always like posting these like memes and jokes about 100 Gex. And I finally like started listening to it, and I was just like, this.
Did you have a seizure?
Is so confusing. It's like,
Yeah.
That's honestly,
That's the music.
That's exactly what it is.
That was a bar.
That was bars. Yeah, I mean, I like it only because it just makes me feel young, and I think that it also reminds me of like, you know, some music that like people our age listened to back in the day a little bit. That was kind of like emo adjacent. I don't know. I'm trying to justify it, but
yeah, I think I am transparent about not getting it, and that's okay. I think Lawrence tries to get it because it makes him feel young again, and then I think Chuck and Chef like actually fuck with it.
I actually fuck with it.
I fuck with it. There's
It's infectious.
Yes. I think I fuck with the people, and the music is good too. But I fuck with the people more than anything else.
I like the visuals.
Oh yeah, the band's brand or whatever, you know, if they're even a band, it is like cool and different, and not like, you know, because new artists come out all the time that are just like things that you've heard and seen before, and that's
they're just different and kind of weird. And
their GQ profile was like one of the funniest profiles I've read in a very long time.
They're self-aware, right? Like that's the other thing too. They're extremely self-aware, and it's. I mean, to me, that's like the greatest commodity of the human condition. So, you know, shout them out.
What about Taylor? Black Lives Matter organizations or causes, or just like causes in humanitarian aid, progressing us all towards a better, more just, equitable world. What are you fucking with there?
Yeah, as a citizen of humanity, obviously.
Right. Yeah, I mean, obviously, everything. I mean, support Black Lives Matter. Support all of these amazing sort of social justice issues. I was sort of like trying to think of like, what's the best, or, you know, like what's the one organization or whatever, that I should shout out. And then I'm not even sure what I can really say as a journalist or whatever.
Sure.
But I just wanted to say one thing that people should do is just like Venmo people that you like. If you like someone's content, you should pay them. Like,
hell yeah. Especially if those people are throwing fits, you know what I'm saying?
No, but seriously, like, I mean, just pay them, just Venmo them. Or like, if you like someone's meme account and you're sharing stuff to your story all the time, just ask them their Venmo and just give them like
$30. Open your
seriously,
fucking purse.
People don't pay for these like small level creators, and a lot of these small level creators won't ask for money. And you just pay. If you're sharing their stuff, just Venmo them. Are you familiar with Patia's Fantasy World? And do you watch her recent kind of trajectory where, you know, she really shot? Yes.
Hell
I was just looking at something of hers. Well, she has that amazing guide that she made, pfw.guide.
Not that it's not what matters, but we definitely contributed to that, and we are in the shout out section.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Clear. Yeah, we did that. No, I mean, not really. I'm not going to take credit for a Black woman's hard work, but you know, we're in there.
Yeah.
So pay creators directly, direct mutual aid, get the money in their hands. Don't go through some fucking, 501(c) that is just a tax write-off, tax shelter for most people. Just pay them directly.
Yeah. Just pay people. And if you like someone's work and you're sharing that work or whatever, just pay them. Find out their Venmo and pay them.
You hear that, you fucking Patreon link leakers?
Yeah, for real. Fuck the leakers, bro.
Yeah. Do people
that's cool.
Leak the stuff?
I mean, we have no way of knowing, but like
it's pretty easy to.
That's just like standard operating procedure for like all patrons, and it's just kind of like it's like a sunk cost, right?
It's arbitrage, like it's going to happen, and you just got to kind of move past it and not let it keep you up at night, and gnaw away at your soul, and
for one of us,
and take food out of my precious baby dog's mouth.
I don't know who I'm pointing at, but I'm pointing at. Oh,
you're pointing at this. Yeah, no, now you're pointing at her on my screen. Yes,
I'm surrounded by Taylors.
It's not me. I'm so thick-skinned.
Taylor, as you know, we are a audio podcast about a visual art form, so we want to know Last John, Next John. Do you know what a John is?
You familiar with the construct of a John?
Yeah, sort of, generally.
Okay.
Article of clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A garment.
A garment.
Yeah.
Yeah. An accessory.
We want to know, what was the last John you copped at, full retail? You don't get free shit because you can't.
Yeah.
And then what's the next John that you got your eye on that you're going to cop?
Yeah.
Even though you just sold everething and you're going to move to LA and upend your life.
Yeah. And even though also the answer to this is clearly Birks and
I literally
am.
I might get another metallic Birks.
You should fresh start, new city, fresh Birks.
Yeah.
Fresh Birks.
Fresh dogs.
Gotta get them. I did at one point accidentally buy rip-off Birks from Amazon.
How
knockoff
dare
Birks.
you.
One of my pairs of those
Yerks?
7 Birks is not is not a not
Ferks. Would you ever delve into the intersection of high fashion and Birkenstocks?
Yeah, there's quite a few options. Like Rick Owens has a collaboration.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. The Rick Owens Birks are actually fucking fire. If you're interested, you could probably find them on grailed.com. Maybe we'll put some in our curation. Who's to say?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I didn't know that he did that, but that's cool. Those are probably too cool. Oh yeah, I just looked them up. They're kind of, they're interesting.
Yeah, you're not a fan.
$570? No. That's crazy.
I mean, listen, it's high fashion, know. You wouldn't get it. Think of the high fashion. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah. I went to Dover Street Market. Have you guys ever been there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mecca. Yeah. Have I prayed to
They
Mecca?
They know me there as Mr. Blow a Bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I went there actually like right before quarantine and,
what'd you cop? Some Craig Green?
Look around.
Yeah.
I copped something to eat at the little cafe.
Oh, nice.
Little Rose Cafe, Rose Bakery.
Yeah. The little bakery.
A little tasty treat.
Yeah, it was great. That place was cool, actually. I hadn't been in there, or I'd been there maybe a while ago, but it was.
So the last John you copped was a little cupcake at Rose Cafe.
Yeah, seriously. I think that was like the last thing I bought before it all shut down. No, and then I bought that like weird rainbow dress.
Oh, right.
Oh, right. The maxi dress. Sure. Which everyone will have hopefully already seen.
Admin reveal on Monday.
Yeah.
Maxi dress reveal.
What about what's the next John you got your eye on?
Yeah, what's the first thing? Maybe like when you touch down LA, like a cool pair of shades, like a
I definitely need new sunglasses because I think the ones that I'm wearing now are like very out of style. Like they're big, and I feel like now everyone has.
Oh, you got to get like tiny ass little Matrix shades or whatever.
Tiny ones, yeah.
You should have come to Jonah Hill Day, either 1 or Jonah Hill Day 2. We handed out the Bella Hadid joints.
Yeah, we bought like 500 sunglasses from China in exchange for stolen data, obviously, and we handed them out to. I think maybe it actually was just 100 pairs, but they were very tiny.
One thing that I did so much when I had my first internship in the city is go to Canal Street and buy like so much counterfeit stuff.
Oh yeah.
I bought like everything. Like I just remember going to Canal Street and being like, oh my God, I can buy like fake Gucci. And I bought like 3 fake Gucci bags. I bought like fake like Hermes like belts. Like I bought like hideous knockoffs.
You got to go buy some. You got to go buy some fake chrome hearts now that you're moving to LA.
Oh yeah, that's what you need, the fake chrome for sure.
No, I don't have it.
Chrome
it was
hearts.
like when I was like 19, but I just remember like being like, I'm so fashionable right now.
Damn. I'm like a regular old Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah.
If you had held on to that. All right, Taylor, thank you for coming on the only podcast that matters. Before we get you out of here, we're huge fans, obviously, not just of you as a journalist, but just the way that you are, perpetuating the culture and eventually are going to include us in your coverage. We want to offer up some constructive criticism because while you're doing amazing, you can always do better. And what better advice than to take from 2 retired professional podcasters? So again, constructive criticism, take it or leave it. The first piece of constructive criticism I have for you is you're living your dream as a very plugged, powerful, successful, thriving journalist.
Yeah.
Quit journalism, right? Throw that shit to the wayside and become a full-time influencer. You're already moving to LA. Yeah. You're already getting the tiny sunglasses. You're already plugged in.
You're already verified on TikTok and IG.
Fucking Chads and the Chets and the Huddies and the Hubbies and the Duddies. Like, just become a full-time influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of work.
Cool. Dwell on it.
Yeah. People were asking me a few years ago, or like there's a lot of people, I have a lot of like haters, as we all do online.
The haters and losers of sadly, which there are many.
They can't help that they were born fucked up.
Yeah. It's not their fault.
But like, every time I start writing about a platform, people are like, oh, you're just trying to quit, like TikTok. Like they're all like, oh, you're just trying to quit because you just want to be a full-time TikToker.
They're on to you.
And I'm like,
they're basically calling you a clout chaser. They're accusing you of what James and I are perpetuating every single day of our own.
I have no problem with clout chasing. I just am like, I'm so lazy. I can't. Content creating is so stressful. You have to maintain an audience.
24/7.
It's like actually, I mean, you guys do it. Like it's actually stressful.
Content don't sleep.
Sucks.
Yeah, it fucking blows. Yeah, release me. To kind of piggyback on James's wonderful piece of advice, at least in my opinion, of you pivoting to becoming a full-time influencer. You can't necessarily get free shit because that would be against your journalistic ethics. But why not selling merch as a revenue stream? Right? You're very popping. You have all these fucking fans that you could fucking leverage and activate. Just name your fans something fucking stupid. Yeah, boom, and then sell some fucking merch and turn that fucking revenue stream on. Green means go.
Yeah, I got to use that clickbait sweatshirt distributor.
There you go.
We have a whole let us know. We have a supply chain set up. Like we can white label your shit for you, and you just give us a hefty cut.
I feel like my boss would be like, "What are you doing?" If I'm suddenly like, "Buy my merch,
Yeah, right.
buy my merch, read my article,
I got the throwing fits blanks.
Yeah, your next story that goes viral, you do like a threaded tweet where you're like, "By the way, my new merch is available."
While you're here, new merch.
yeah, exactly.
People would lose their shit. Like that would be really funny. I feel like there's people that would do that though.
Like for sure.
All right. Well, if you're not going to help yourself, at least help us out. And, well, first up, before I get into the actual piece of constructive criticism only, who do you think would be the best TikTok superstar to come on the pod? Like who would we vibe with the best?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Who can have like a coherent multi-hour conversation?
Who can put their phone down for 2 hours?
Who could enter the goddamn motherfucking Thunderdome with the boys?
Yeah. Would you guys get like an e-boy?
Well, the follow-up is, can you book them for us? So it's really, can you get the e-boy?
Can you get us an e-boy?
Yeah.
Who's the e-boy? Huddy?
Huddy. But or like
Chase.
Are
Chase and Huddy the same person?
You know who's like kind of trying to be like an entrepreneur now? Might even get his own podcast. Is Josh Richards. Do you guys know Josh?
We'll take him.
But if he's popping, then fucking who gives a shit?
He has Tea Talk, which is his TikTok drama conversations every week on YouTube.
So is he like a Keemstar?
No, he's not like that. He's a full TikTok star.
I also, by the way, I don't even know who Keems. I just like
Oh my God.
Keemstar is he not I thought he like reports on YouTube drama, right?
Reports, yes.
Okay, yeah, right. He does what you do. He does what you do, right?
He's a journalist.
Yeah.
Somebody called me the female Keemstar once, and I was just like, oh God.
Wow.
I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah. But
Keemstar.
He's the male Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah. I profiled Keemstar before. I mean, he's an interesting character, but Josh is not like that. Josh is like a real, he was part of the Sway Boys. Are you guys familiar with like all these houses too? Like the Drip Crib?
Kind of like Sway Clan, FaZe Clan, Hype House, Gotham House.
Yeah.
There's one in Arizona. They suck.
The Credit House or whatever?
I think they're just like AZ Hype House. Like
the freecreditreport.com house?
Exactly.
No, there's this house run by this guy at Credit who is 100% seems to be committing some sort of fraud on the internet. Like I don't understand what his...
Oh, he would be perfect then for the podcast.
Yeah.
We love having scammers on.
He's trying to sell like credit card deals or something all the time. But his house is like, he lives in a Vegas mansion with like all these models.
Sick.
Cool.
Sounds
like a very cool guy.
Sounds like interesting.
Josh Richards has 6.8 million followers on IG. So yes, we would absolutely, I think, very much vibe with Josh Richards.
If you got an M in your IG follower account or number, then yes, you're invited on the pod.
We have people on the show that have like barely touching 4 digits. So we'll take whoever, to be honest.
I'm trying to get up there on my Instagram.
You have more Instagram followers than normally when we have a guest on. I still retain the title of having the most clout on IG. I'm verified also. Honestly, I would like to say, Taylor, thank you so much. It's so refreshing to have another verified Instagram.
Blue check to blue check.
I know.
It's just great.
If that's how you guys, blue check to blue check.
If that's how you guys value human life, then like that's cool. I prefer to, just embrace all humans.
Oh, really? But that sounds a little bit like
I don't see.
What kind of lives matter?
I don't see blue checks. Oh, are you saying blue lives matter? Or blue checks matter?
Blue check lives matter. Absolutely. And then I guess
so. Josh Richards is going to come on. Thank you for setting that up in advance, Taylor.
Yes, and then finally, in our last piece of constructive criticism, this is something that we have alluded to quite a bit. But James and I, being the clout chasing press hounds that we are, we we are due for our next profile, and who better to do it than you, the motherfucking goat?
I know. I would love to profile. I need an angle.
I'm kind of obligated to show this to all New York Times.
Wow.
That's a free subscription with that tattoo.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Karamonica put that on his IG story, not feed.
Oh, damn. You hate to see that.
By the way, he has, I don't know how many followers he has, but he has a lot of influential followers.
Yes. Well, that's
he's
thing,
due
right?
for, he's due for an ep. We just kind of wanted to let the Swifties like kind of back off a little bit. We don't want that fucking smoke, let me tell you. But no, write our profile, Taylor. I mean,
just out there. Listen, the door is always open for you if you want to embed with the boys.
If my editor says yes, I obviously would love to. But
fingers crossed.
Yeah, I don't have control over my stories.
Really? It's been just
you can't pitch your editor?
I pitch my editor, James, but my editor does not say yes to like all of my stories.
What's the one story that you really, really wish they had greenlit?
The one that got away.
Yeah, your white whale.
I don't know. There was that like Facebook meme page sex cult that Medium wrote about recently that I wanted to kind of write about.
What's the top down look there?
They were using Facebook meme pages to like recruit people into a sex cult.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
Damn. I can't believe that got turned down. That's fire.
Yeah.
That ticks every box of like what makes for like the, Timeline's article of the day.
Sex, memes, and rock and roll, baby.
I think it was just like, it was kind of a big, what this is always happens is that I try to pitch my editor on stories and they're like, you have 3 stories already that you have not turned in yet. And I'm like, I know, but I found this other thing. And
is it because you're procrastinating or is it because the stuff that you cover moves so fast?
Yeah.
It's both, but also mostly me procrastinating. I literally, after I finish this, have to turn in a story today. Every time I say, I'll turn it in by end of day, I turn it in at 2:00 in the morning. So I have to write a story.
Your copy editors must love you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. A real fucking team player over here.
No, they check it in the morning, but it's like, I just wait until the last minute to do everything. And
that's like you were telling us that you did the Caller Daddy story in like one day, which is why you obviously didn't reach out to us.
I did it in 45 minutes. I literally
45, excuse me, one day, 45 minutes. Damn.
I wrote it so fast. I know I didn't reach out to anyone. I reached out to like a podcast expert, but it was, you know how it is? It's like with the internet, you have to hit it at a certain point in time.
No, of course. Yeah.
You got to be, if not the first, second and best. Second and better than the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to be like the one that the most people are kind of like the definitive one. So.
All right, Taylor. Well, thank you for coming on the only podcast that matters. Again, take it or leave it. Is there anything, where can the kids follow you on all the platforms? I think you're going to be the only person that shouts out their TikTok actually up to this point.
I want Instagram followers. Please
where can kids follow you?
Instagram at Taylor Lorenz, TaylorLorenz.
Cool.
Follow me on Instagram. Also Twitter, but I'm trying to get Instagram clout. So
interesting. That's the next frontier for you. That's the one untapped kind of like lane.
Yeah, I feel like Twitter followers are less valuable than Instagram followers.
If you had to give up all but one social media platform, what would it be?
Instagram would be my only one.
Really? Not Twitter?
I mean, I have more followers on Twitter, but Twitter sucks. People are
I know. Twitter is big trash, but I definitely think of you as a tweeter.
This is exactly the problem that I'm dealing with. I need to be thought of as
you need to drop fit pics. You need to drop to start with the maxi dress for your promo here. We need fit pics. We need to get the fucking wheels.
We'll have a big gas slapper my G mixtape cover that you can post on your IG.
Yeah, we're gonna have great assets for your IG.
I'll post it to the feed. I just need
Let's go.
You need content. You need frequency.
We got you. We'll get you that cloud on IG. I mean, if we are good for nothing else, it is getting cloud on IG. So we got you.
All right, Throw Gang, go check out Taylor's articles on the NewYorkTimes.com website. Use a incognito window to get past the paywall, or with a Pocket app to get past the paywall. Taylor, thank you for coming on the only podcast that matters.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Guys, this was so fun. Thank
Jeff,
you.
Hit that motherfucking outro music.
Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a Glock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. You better let me go the day you need me. So bitch, put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop. It's safe to say I earned it, ain't a nigga gave me nothing. I'm ready to hop out on a nigga, get the bus. Know you heard me say you play, you late, don't make me push the butt. Full of pain, dropped enough tears to fill up a fucking bucket.
Going for buckets, I bought a chopper. I got a big drum and hold 100. Ain't going for nothing, I'm ready to air it out on all these niggas. I can see them running. She talked to my mom, she hit me on FaceTime just to check up on me and my brother. I'm really the baby, she know that the youngest son was always guaranteed to get the money.
Okay, let's go.
She know that the baby boy was always guaranteed to get the loot. She know what I do, she know if I run from a nigga, I'ma pull it out and shoot. PTSD, I'm always waking up in cold sweats like I got the flu. My daughter a G, she saw me kill a nigga in front of her before the age of 2. And I'd kill another nigga too, before I let another nigga do something to you. As long as you know that, don't let nobody tell you different, that they love you.
Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop.